we are live. Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me, and welcome to a tutorial and playthrough of Skymines, a new game from Alexander Pfister and Victor Kabilki, and this is a redone version of Mombasa. Mombasa came out in 2015. It was my favourite game that came out that year, and this is a new version of it with some tweaks. I don't quite know exactly what tweaks there are. I'm just saying, just before we went live, I need to go and read some articles about what's actually different in this game, apart from the theme. The theme of this game is different from Mombasa. So yeah, welcome to a tutorial and playthrough. We've all played the game before. We've basically spent today setting things up. We've played through the game. So tonight is going to be a playthrough, and we're going to teach you the rules as we go. We've done the setup already for you, and I will go through how you set up the game briefly, but we're going to focus more on the playthrough tonight. Now I have to say a big thank you to Deep Print Games and to Pegasus Spiel for getting me a copy of this game early and for sponsoring this video, but also a big thank you to all of my Patreon supporters who fund the channel. If you want to support the channel directly, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. Right then, so I'm joined tonight by Rob.
Hello.
And Peter.
Hello.
As I say, we've all played the game before. We played it earlier on today. And what's the question about the microphone? Are you on the main mic instead of your own mic? No, I'm on my own mic. So hopefully it should sound okay. We did a test just a few minutes ago. Although, yeah, it does sound very, very quiet. But now I am on. Let me just check this to make sure that the audio is okay. Because, yeah, it does sound very, very quiet. Just bear with us a minute. I think it sounds okay.
Yeah, we seem to be getting sounds okay.
Yeah, sounds okay.
And hello, Sebastian, to you as well.
Yeah. Thank you. Right, so yes, so we've done the setup for us. There are two sides to this board. We're using the basic side, the moon side. And what we have is we have 4 different companies in this game. We have Tamak Industries over there. We have Skymine Resources over here. We have Minerva Corp over here, and we have Astrogo Enterprises here. Each of these companies is not owned by the players. So that's the fundamental part of this game, is that the players do not control the companies. We have influence over those companies, and we can expand those companies into territories on the board. And the value of each company at the end of the game, we are basically investors in those companies. So at the end of the game, each of the 4 companies will have a value, and all of the players will be trying to get shares in those companies. And at the end of the game, we will multiply the number of shares that we have against the value of the company, and that's how many victory points we get. There's other ways that we can get victory points as well, but that's essentially what we're doing. We're going to be expanding into these areas with the companies in order to, well, basically benefit ourselves. Now, the random setup of the game, for your first game, it is recommended that you use company boards A1, B1, C1 and D1, but we did that this afternoon. So we've mixed it up a bit here. There's actually 5 company boards in the game. The company boards are these tracks, which are separate pieces of cardboard that go by the side of the boards, and you actually use these cards here. So at the start of the game, what we have is we have these 5 cards, which are A, B, C, D and E. You give them a shuffle, you rearrange them like that, and you lay them out randomly, and we've done that beforehand, and it tells you which board to use and also which side of the board to use. So that's the variability. Some of the variability in the game is that we've got these company boards. Now we've got E2, C2, D1 and B1. So just to let you know, the company, the special abilities of these companies is going to be different when you play, and this is not the standard recommended setup. We also have a deck of cards. These are action cards here. Yeah, I'm sounding distant and tinny. I'm not sure why, because we're doing nothing different than what we did this afternoon.
You were saying sounded past tense, so maybe you fixed it already.
Well, I've not done anything. So these are the action cards, and these are sorted out basically based on the letters in the top right. So we have E's, D's, C's, B's and A's. They will be separated by letter, and they will be shuffled, and they'll be stacked up. So we have the E's on the bottom, then the D's, then the C's, then the B's, then the A's. You make one big deck, and then what you do is you take cards from the top of that deck and you lay them out into this area here. So this area we're calling the market, but basically there are 12 spots for cards. They are numbered 1 to 12, and what you do is at the start of the game you fill these slots with cards from the deck. So you will see the first 9 cards are A cards, and then we've actually gone into the B cards. We'll come on to this in a bit more later on. If we look at everybody's player board, each player gets gets a player board. Apparently my audio is kind of tinny, like not speaking into the mic. I don't know what the problem is. I really apologise if there are audio issues. We did a 3-hour game this afternoon and we haven't changed the setup at all. It's exactly the same as it was this afternoon. So apologies if the audio is not good quality. So each player gets a player board. Now this player board is two-sided. The other side is used if you're playing with the lunar side of the board. And what you do is you put your little token for your player colour. So I'm playing blue. Blue is the triangle. You put your little marker in there. You have a helium-3 marker, which goes down here in the bottom left. You have an upload marker, which will go onto your starting research token. And you have 2 bonus markers. That's because we're playing a 3-player game. You get 2 bonus markers. I believe it's 2 bonus markers in a 4-player game. And I think it's more if you're playing a 2-player game. Then what happens is if you're playing your first game, the rulebook will tell you to take. Let me just show you these cards. So there are energy cards. In fact, I've got a bigger screen here. So there are these energy cards, and they're numbered 1 to 4 in the top right hand corner. And what you do is we're playing a 3-player game today. So you will take cards 1 to 3. You will shuffle them together, and you will deal them out randomly to each player. That indicates your position in turn order at the start of the game. So what we did is we shuffled them, we worked out who got number 1, and then the player to their left took number 2 and the player to their right took number 3. So that's your turn order at the start of the game. But then what you do is each player will get 2 of these research tokens. So these research tokens, there's 10 of them included in the game. Each player will get 2 of them at random, and then out of those 2 you choose which one you're using. Now, if you're playing the first game, the rulebook will tell you which one to use based on your position in player order. But we've played it before, so we've basically taken 2, chosen one, and we've put it there. Now, there's quite a lot of information on this. Let's just put it on the big screen. So this is what a research token looks like. This is one of the starting research tokens, and it will tell you which 3 cards from your hand of cards you will place above your player board. It will tell you which of the 4 companies you start with some sort of, you move up on the track of that company. And this is a starting research tile here. So we'll explain that later on, but this section on the left is what you actually start with. So what will happen is that will go on your player board here. Now, these here, where it tells you which cards to place above your player board, each player has a deck of cards, or a hand of cards effectively. So you notice all of these cards have the blue triangle in the top right hand corner. These are all my starting cards. And out of my starting cards, it tells me which ones I start above my player board. So I've got the 1 titanium, the 2 titanium, and the 2 energy. And at the bottom here, it tells me that I start with, on the track for Ostrogo Enterprises, I move 3 up. So this is the track for Ostrogo Enterprises, and my marker has started with 3 up. So Peter, what's your starting research token?
Mine is, I start with 3 on Skymine.
Yep, so you're 3 on here.
And my starting cards, I've got them in the wrong order.
It doesn't matter, the order doesn't matter.
But that's how they appear on the tile, that I start with those out of my hand. So those are on the discard.
Okay, and Rob?
So I start with 3 up on
Tawak Industries.
Yeah. It's upside down, I can't read it. These 3 cards out of play at the start.
Right, okay, so we chose our starting research tokens secretly and independently, but as it turns out, we've all started with different companies. But that might not have happened. It might be that 2 of us started on the same company. Right, what else is the setup? The rest of the board is set up as per the rulebook. Let's just have a look in the top right of the board. Top right of the board here. So what we've got is we've got more research tokens. Now these research tokens are divided. We've got the A's here, we've got the B's here, we've got the C's here, and then we've got the special ones at the top. So there's a big stack of A's just off to one side, a big stack of B's and a big stack of C's. In fact, do you want to just put one of those stacks nearby?
Yeah.
So there's the A's, take one of the B's and one of the C's. There's more than this, but the stack is a little bit too high. And what you do is you take 4 of the C's, the top 4, shuffle them, put them there, then the B's, then the A's. The special ones are in fixed order. They are numbered 2 to 7. And what you do is, as you can see, you put a coin on each one of those. There's 7 rounds in the game, and that's how you track which round you're on. So at the start of each round after the first, we'll take the coin and we'll put it here, and then we'll flip over that tile. Right, I think that is probably most of the setup. We're going to jump in. I'm going to give you just a minute or two's overview of what the game's about and how you win. So we're going to be playing the game over 7 rounds. Each round consists of 3 phases. In the first phase is the planning phase. And what each player does is, from the cards that they have in their hand, they will choose 3 of them to place below their player board in these sections which show on. So at the start of the game, you only have 3 sections that you can play cards in. Later on in the game, you may unlock your 4th or 5th slot, which means you can play more cards. But at the start of the game, you will choose which 3 cards you want to play, and you'll place them below your player board here. Then what will happen is, once everybody has done that, everybody reveals their cards, and we move to the action phase. The action phase is the main part of the game, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking it in turns, starting with Peter was randomly decided as the start player, and you're going to be taking turns in which you use the cards, or you use your bonus markers. That's it, I think. Yeah, use your cards or use your bonus markers, and that repeats. We keep going round and round the table, playing actions until we've all finished, and then we have a little bit of a clean-up before we do the next round. How you win the game is, at the end of the game, your score will be based on 4 different things. First of all, the money that you have at the end of the game is points. So the more money you collect during the game, although you're going to be spending a lot of what you get, but your money at the end of the game is points. Then, as I mentioned, we have the companies. So you work out how many shares you have in each company, multiply that by the value of that company, and that's where you're going to get most of your points from. And then the last 2 areas are your helium track here. So you're going to be moving this helium marker, and it follows the process, it follows the route around here. And on here, you see that it's got a number of points printed on it. So if your marker passes one of those spaces, that indicates that's how many points you're going to get at the end of the game. So if my marker ended the game here, I would score 25 points. Also, in a similar way, on the right-hand side of your board, you're going to be placing research tokens onto these spaces, and you're going to be moving this marker along this route here, and wherever it ends, whichever one that it's passed most recently, that's the points as well. So that's the 4 ways that you're going to get points in the game: money, the value of the 4 different companies, your helium track, and your research track. Right, what else do we need to explain before we start? I think that's probably it.
That's the core elements of it.
Yeah, now the start of this video is going to be slow going because we are going to be explaining it as we go. But the first thing you need to do, round 1, is... Now, you 2 have already done it, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
So I need to decide which 3 cards from my hand I'm going to play below my player board. Now, there's quite a few interesting decisions here. We all start with exactly the same cards in our deck, apart from the 1 extra card we got based on our position in turn order. It's always worth the 1 energy, but the value is different. And which cards are above our player board, that depends on which research token we chose as well. Right, okay, so let's have a think. What do I want to do on the first round of the game? Well, what's that? That is that and that. But I don't want to do what I did last game, because that didn't work. I mean, it almost worked, but I think let's put... And where you put these cards doesn't matter. There is an advanced rule that you can play with where it does matter where the cards go. But in the basic game, it doesn't matter where the cards go. So there we go. We've all played our cards below our player board. So that's the end of the planning phase. So we move to the action phase, and everybody reveals their cards. So I've played 2 titanium, 2 carbon, and 2 energy. Peter?
2 titanium, 2 carbon, and 2 energy.
Okay. 4 energy and 2 minerals.
Sorry, I said carbon.
That's minerals, not carbon.
There's minerals. 2 minerals, 2 carbon, and 2 energy.
2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and a 4, 2 for me.
So Rob's played 4 energy and 2 minerals. Right, okay, so now we go into the action phase. It is Peter's action first. Let us know which action you're going to do, and then I'll explain how that works.
Right, well, I'm going to start off by buying a card.
Okay, so one of the things that you can do on your turn is you can use 1 or more resource cards of the same type. So Peter, you have a 2 carbon,
2 carbon,
and a 2 titanium, so you can't use them both together. So which one are you using?
I'm using the 2 carbon.
Right, so whenever you use 1 or more cards to generate resources, you have 2 different things that you can do with those resources. The first thing is that you can buy 1 card from the market. Now, the cost to buy a card from the market is printed on the card itself, modified by the position on the board. So to buy this card here, it's 1 plus 0, so it only costs 1 to buy this. This one would cost 3, for example. Now, at the end of the round, these cards are going to disappear and everything's going to slide to the right and become cheaper. But there's nothing to stop you. If you had 5, so if Peter had 5 carbon right now, he could buy this card, for example. So that's one of the things that you can do. You can buy a maximum of 1 card with your resources. The other thing you can do with those resources is that you can move up 1 or more of the tracks on 1 or more of the companies. So Peter's got 2 carbon. He could buy a card worth 2 and do nothing else. He could buy a card worth 1 and then move up on 1 of the tracks. Or he could move up twice on 1 track or 1 on 2 different tracks. So you can spend those resources however you want, as long as you buy no more than 1 card. So, what are you going to do with your 2 carbon?
My 2 carbon will pay for a field scientist.
Okay.
Who goes into my hand.
Yeah, so every card that you buy from the market will go directly into your hand, which means, I mean, you can't play it this turn because you've already played your cards for this turn, but it means you can play it next turn. Right, that is Peter's first action done, and that is one of the things that you can do in the game. Rob.
Okay, so my first action will be, I have the most energy.
Yep.
4 to 2 to 2.
Max energy.
Each of these allows someone who has the max of something to get a bonus action.
Yeah.
One of my 2 bonus action markers is going on here, and this lets me, if I have at least 4 energy, to go 3 jumps up on the yellow track.
Yeah, and gain
Skymine,
1 coin.
1, 2, 3, and gain a coin.
So, Rob has used one of his bonus markers. As I mentioned in setup, each player has 2 bonus markers, and you use the bonus markers on action spaces. The action spaces look like this. They've got red lines around the outside. There's 5 of them up there. There are also a number of them down here as well. I just need to move that down a little bit because we can't quite see the top one. There we go. So these are all action spaces as well. You will also notice that there are action spaces on the company boards, but those actions are not available to a player until their marker has reached that section. So Rob has used one of his bonus markers on that action there. Now, all of these 5 bonus, these 5 actions work in the same way. As Rob says, he's got the most energy. You can only place your bonus marker on one of those spaces if you currently, at that point, have more of the depicted thing than any other player. If you have the same as another player, that doesn't count. You literally have to have more than them. And when we say have, it's below your player board face up. Anything above your player board is not active. So we're looking only at what is below your player board. So Rob had 4 energy, which was more than anybody else. So he was able to place his bonus marker on there, and then you look at how much you've got, and you get what's printed on them. The most important thing about that action to know is that it doesn't use up the energy. So Rob's energy cards are still face up, whereas Peter's carbon that he used, that card has now been flipped face down. You're all done?
Yep.
So that's another action that you can do on your turn, is placing a bonus marker. I might do the same, although right now I don't have the most minerals. I do now have the most carbon. So because Peter used his 2 carbon, that means I now have the most carbon. But let me have a think. I think... Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my bonus marker, and I'm going to go on... Keep pressing the wrong button. I'm going to go on this space here. Now, this space here will give me the first player marker. However, the reason why there is a 1 with a line through it is that means that the current first player may not select this action on their first turn. If everybody takes their first turn and the action is still available, the first player can take it to keep first player for the next round. But I've got on there. So what happens is I take the first player marker and I take it immediately. Although it doesn't change the order of this round, and I get 1 research point. Now, research points are one of the most complex things in the game to explain, but we're going to explain it now. So I've got 1 research point, and research points must be spent immediately. There is no counter in the game to represent research, you just spend it as soon as you've got it. So let me take the first player marker first, and research points are spent in this part of the board here. So we mentioned these tiles were laid out at the start of the game. Any of these A tiles, they cost 1 research point to buy. Any of the B tiles also cost 1 to buy, but they're harder to do, but the more powerful, the benefits are more powerful. The C tiles, they cost 2 research points, and any of the special tiles, none of which have been unlocked yet, but they cost 2 research points instead. Also, at any time, if you don't want a research point, you can always take a coin instead. So, my options are, I have 1 research point. I can either take any one of the A tiles, or I can take any one of the B tiles. But these 3 spaces on the left with the red border around, if you take any one of those tiles, you also get the coin. And remember, coin is victory points. So I'm very, very tempted to take one of those ones on the left-hand side. And in fact, yeah, let's do it. Let's take this one. So because I'm taking that one, I get the coin. So I get the coin first, but where does this go? Now, this is an A research token. This can go on any space of my track except the ones that say no A tile. So, important rule, you don't have to place them in order. A lot of people assume that you must place these tokens in order. You don't have to. If I really wanted to, I could put this one here, for example. But I'm not going to. I'm actually going to put it here. Now, we'll come on to how this works in more detail when we cover the research scientist action. Apparently, there's a fly in the room. Okay? Oh, there is a fly in the room. Well spotted. So we can't hear it, but you can see it. Yeah, there is a fly in the room. Hopefully it will disappear. I don't know how it's surviving with no atmosphere. And it does seem to like buzzing around right underneath the camera. Are we going to get it? Are we going to get it?
I don't want to clap, but I don't want a definite one.
Anyway.
Everyone cover your ears.
I'm hoping it will go away, but yes, there is a... Did you get it?
Yeah, it's on and off.
Okay, it's disappeared. Right, okay. So the fly is gone. Yeah, so research tokens.
It's back.
That's it. Is it back?
Sorry.
Okay, we'll get rid of that in a minute. It's very, very hot here in the UK. Now, the research tokens, they replenish at the end of a player's turn. So they don't slide down or anything like that. You just replenish it with a new one from the stack. That's my go done. I placed my bonus marker, I stole the first player marker, and I used 1 research point.
And I'm currently max titanium because I've got 2 and nobody else has got any.
Correct.
So I can go here, which gives, I've got 2 plus because I've got 2. Which gets me 2 positions on the Astrago.
So very similar to what Rob did. Peter currently has the most titanium, so he went on there. He's got 2 titanium, so he gains 2 steps up on the pink company track.
That's my go.
Rob.
Okay, so I'm now going to spend my energy.
Okay, so Rob is spending energy. Now, this is similar to spending resources, but with a few differences. First of all, when you spend energy, you have to spend all of it at once. Rob has 4 energy. He cannot spend 2 and then another 2. So whereas your resources, if you had 2 carbon and 2 carbon, you were allowed to spend just the first carbon. You don't have to spend all of it at once. And that's the same for carbon, minerals, and titanium. But energy, if you use your energy, you have to use it all at once. So Rob has 4 energy. Now, he spends that energy on 1 company. So Rob must now choose 1 company.
So I'm going to choose this company.
He's going to choose Tawak Industries. And what happens is that company is now going to expand. So when you expand, you're taking outposts from here and you're placing them on the board. Each of these lines that you cross will cost you 1 energy. So to start with, Tawak Industries can go here, 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 or here, and either of those moves will cost 1 energy because it is crossing 1 line.
We go crossing 1 line, that's 1 of my 4.
Okay.
Then we're going to take from here and go here, and that's 2 of my 4.
Yeah.
The next one goes here, so that's 3 of my 4.
Yeah.
The next one, because I'm already in this region, I cross this line.
Yeah.
And there's 4.
Yeah.
So that's 4 of 4.
When you're spending energy to place a new outpost, it isn't always counted from the station. What you do is you count from wherever you left off. So yeah, it's gone 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Now, you'll notice that these are in 3 rows of 5. Whenever you're taking an outpost, you choose which of the columns you want to take from, and then you take the one nearest the map. So Rob has decided to take all of them from that column. He didn't need to do that, but for example, your 4th one, that could have come from there. Okay? But you can't take any from inside. You've got to choose one of the columns and then you take it. Now, it's recommended that when you're placing these outposts, and I would strongly recommend that you do this, is that you place them vertically. Because what's going to happen now is Rob is going to lay down those outposts and get the benefit of each of those spaces. And if you don't stand them up vertically, then we found that you would forget which ones you've placed and therefore which bonuses you've already got. So
the map will get very cluttered later with lots of outposts. So we'll start here.
Yep.
That's one jump up. That is a jump up of the company, and it's the company I'm using.
Yeah.
So
Rob is going to get one step up on the company track for the Tawak Industries.
This is Helium 3, so one jump up on Helium 3.
Yep. So what that means is basically you just move your helium marker, you advance it one space along that track.
Okay. This one is another 2 jumps on the company,
Yep.
which pushes me up to here. This now immediately triggers 2 things. One is I get another shiny coin.
Yay, money.
And the other one is I'm now in this zone, so this ability is now active for me.
Yeah. We'll come on to what that ability does in a minute, but as Rob says, he's arrived on a space that has a coin icon, so he gets that coin immediately.
Yep. I get 1 research from there. I don't spend it immediately. I generate all my research. That's a second research. I now have 2 research points, and I now spend them down here.
Yep.
To buy, or I can always exchange for cash if I want.
So yeah, that's the thing. Your research points that you get from placing the outposts, you add up all of the research points that you get, and then you spend it all at once.
I'm just going to take 2 A's and stick them both
This fly really, really does like this game.
Then we replace again with the ones.
I'm going to try and swat it with the spare player board.
That's where it knows.
It's actually...
There we go.
Correct, yeah.
I did get it, but how much damage I've done to it, I don't know.
I don't know, I think you rolled a 20. That's a critical.
If anyone watching this has been traumatised by the vicious, blood-curdling and horrific acts committed by Paul Rogan, there's a helpline number at the end of the show.
So what did you do? You took a couple of...
So I took 2 A's.
You took 2 A's and replenished the
them
2
on
A's.
there, and then I replenished the A's.
Yeah.
So that is my turn over.
Excellent. Right, okay, so my go. I've still got 1 bonus marker left, and I've not used any of my cards yet. So I think I am going to use one of my cards, and I'm going to use the carbon. Although I have the most. Oh, that's tricky. No, I'm going to use my carbon. So I flip my carbon over, and I've got 2 carbon to spend. I'm going to spend 1 of it on buying this research scientist. So this research scientist only cost 1. So I'm going to buy that card and put it into my hand. That leaves me 1 resource left, and I'm going to use that 1 resource to move up on. Let's move up on Tawak Industries. Just move 1 up from there. That's me done. Okay.
Okay, I've got 2 energy, so I'm going to use that 2 energy
To expand with one of the companies.
Yes, and
Which
I'm
company?
going to expand with Skymine.
Yeah. So you've got 2 energy to spend.
So 1 will put me in there, and 1 will put me in there.
Yep.
So that one is
Yeah,
easy.
we've not seen this yet, but this is very simple. You just get
2 money.
2 money. And that's that one done.
And this one gets me a
Research
point and
1 jump up.
1 jump
go
up on the track.
On the track.
Okay, now, quick note, we'll just have a look at that track, because there is a number 1 here. Now what that means is Peter now has 1 share in this company. So moving up on the company tracks doesn't do very much until you reach a point where there is something indicated. And that means that Peter now has 1 share in the company.
And I'm going to take that one. And that's my go.
Okay.
Turn that over.
So just before we continue, I just wanted to talk about the value of a company. And let's find a suitable zoom-in point for this. That one will work. Right. So we talked about the value of a company, and you multiply the value of the company by the number of shares that you have to determine how many points you get for that company at the end of the game. The value of a company is very simple. It is the number of crypto coin icons that are showing. So at the moment, the value of Tawak Industries is 2. But if we just remove this last one, you will notice that space has 2 coin icons on it. So what that means is that company is now worth 4. Now, companies can go up in value or they can go down in value, because these outposts, they're going to be placed back onto the board, back into the station at a certain point. And when you place it back into a station, if you cover over a coin icon, it means that that company is worth less. However, notice that that space here has an X on it. That means that once that space has been uncovered, you cannot put an outpost back on it. So I'm just going to cover it over now. But that's how the value of a company works. Right. Okay, next. Rob, it's your go.
Back to me again.
Back to you.
Good lord. Right. My next will be... I am going to take another one of these bonus actions down
Okay.
here, and it's going to be to buy the Scientist.
Okay, so these 4 spaces down here, I pressed the wrong button again. These 4 spaces down here, these cost coins as printed on it. So Rob has gone here, which cost him 2 coins.
There's my 2.
But what that does is nothing at the moment. But at the end of the round, when Rob takes this bonus marker back, he's going to get this tile. Now, this tile effectively counts as an additional card that Rob can play next round for free. So it's played and it doesn't take up one of the slots, which is why it says on above it. So basically what you do is you place it next to your board here, and it counts as an extra card that you've played on that round.
Okay,
So you'll get that at the end of the turn. Right, I've got 1 bonus marker left, and I've got 2 minerals, and I've got 2 energy. What am I going to do with these? That is a question. Let's spend... So these 2 minerals, I can't buy anything here, because the cheapest card is now 3. I do have a bonus action left. So I think I am going to use a bonus action, and I'm going to use this one. So this bonus action here allows me to take a card from my hand and destroy that card. I remove that card from the game. And what that does is it gets me money equal to the value printed in the bottom right of the card plus 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this card from my hand, which is value 2. So that means I get 4 money. So the card is gone. That is removed from the game. And I get 4 money. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Peter.
I've got an action left, and yeah, I thought I knew what I was going to do with it, but suddenly I find right, there's only a limited number of things I can do now because I can't go for any of these. I've got no commodities.
You've got no
exposed.
cards left, so it is just your bonus
So
marker.
it's just my bonus marker
on one of these spaces.
None of
down
these
here.
are available, so those have already been taken. So I could use that one to spend money to buy a card from the display.
Yep.
Which is
Except you don't have enough.
no, because the cheapest
Cheapest card is 3,
and I would only have 2.
It would cost you 1 coin to use the space, and then you'd have to buy the card. Well, explain this action when it does get used.
So I think what I will do is actually this could work out for me. I'll go there.
This one.
Spend 2.
So you spend 2 coins, and you're going to
Which
get
means-
this at the end of the round.
Next turn I will have a bonus tile.
Bonus energy, yep.
Yep.
And that's my go.
Rob, you've got 2 minerals left.
So, because it's minerals, my ability kicks in.
Yeah.
I can use it to buy from the tableau, but I get a discount of 1 if I'm using minerals.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use my 2 minerals as a 3 minerals
Yep.
to buy that level 2 mineral
This one.
for 3.
Yep. So yeah, so I mentioned that each of the companies is divided into sections, and as soon as your marker is in that section, you gain the ability of that company, and the company ability of B1 is when you're buying a card from the market, if you use minerals to buy that card, you get a discount of 1. Right, I still have 2 minerals and 2 energy left. I don't have any bonus markers, so I think I'm just going to use these 2 minerals, and I think I'm going to move... Oh, I know what I should have done. Silly me. I meant to do that first and then do that. Oops. Yeah, I should have an extra coin. Yeah, I'm just going to move this marker up 2 spaces, and that gets me 1 coin. Peter?
I'm done.
Okay, so when a player is done and they cannot take any more actions, what happens is they immediately perform the following steps. They choose one of their stacks above their player board, and at the start of the game, your stack is 1 card. That goes into your hand. Then you reveal all of the cards that you played below your player board, and you place them above your player board, 1 on each stack. But where you put the cards is up to you. And that is a change from Mombasa. In Mombasa, you had to move the cards directly up. And that is actually an advanced rule in this game if you want to play with that. But we're playing with just the basic rules. So you're creating stacks of cards above your player board. and when you're done, when you pass, you pick up one of those stacks and add it to your hand.
Okay.
Rob, I think you're done as well.
Done. So the card I'm buying back is this one.
Yep.
Goes to my hand. Then I flip these 3 over. 1, 2, 3. And I think we're going to go there, there, and there.
Right. I still have an action left. I have 2 energy, so I will use that 2 energy, and I will choose a company to expand with. And I think I'm going to expand with Ostrogo Enterprises. We're going to expand into there for 1, and then there for another 1. So what that gives is it gives me 1 coin, and it gives me 2 helium. So I gain a coin, and I move my helium marker 2 spaces forward. You 2 have done, so it's back to me. I pass. I'm going to remove those cards. I keep picking them up accidentally. I'm going to take back. What am I going to take back? It's going to be this 2 titanium. So that goes back to my hand. And then I'm going to take these cards here. And I'm going to place that there, that there, and that there. Right. So once all players have done, we then do a cleanup phase to prepare for round 2. So the first thing that happens is we all get our bonus markers back, and if you place your bonus markers on any of these spaces, you then get the tiles according to where you've placed it. So Rob, you're going to get that one, Peter, you're going to get that one, and then we all get our bonus markers back. Next thing that happens is anything on the right hand side of the market here, these cards are removed from the game. And then what we do is we slide everything to the right as far as we can so that there are no gaps. We then refill the spaces from the deck in numeric order. So we're going to start with space number 6 first, and then 9, 10, 11, 12. And you can see the cards have still got the B on, we're still in the B stage of the cards. Over up in the top right of the board, which is here, we now reveal the next tile for round 2, and we move that coin to this space here. Remember, this coin is taken by whoever takes one of those tiles. Now, these special research tokens work in a slightly different way. We'll explain that when somebody takes one. Is that it? Do we have anything else to do?
No, reset the cards, taking back our items.
Yeah.
Good to go. Start the next.
Okay, so we start round 2 with the planning phase where we all choose which cards we're going to play. And Peter and Rob have got this extra virtual card that they can use. Right, so I did have a plan, but I've just realised that plan does not actually work. So we might need a new plan. These cards are terrible. Who gave me these cards? Right, done. We all played our cards?
Yep.
Okay, so let's reveal our cards. I've played a research scientist, 1 carbon, and 1 minerals.
I have a 2 mineral, 2 carbon, 1 titanium, and my bonus research action.
Research scientist, carbon, titanium.
And your 2 energy bonus.
And my 2
bonus
energy
tile.
bonus.
Right, okay, well I'm the first player. So let's have a look. I don't have max minerals, I don't have max carbon. So I won't be doing that. I could place my bonus marker. I don't have any energy either. I've got lots of money. So I could potentially buy a card for some money. That might be a good thing to do. Let's just have a look at the board. I mean, I certainly don't want to throw a card away. Okay, I think I know what I need to do next turn. But it's what do I do this turn? Okay, I think I might use my research scientist. Okay, so this is probably the most complex part of the game to explain. When you use your research scientist, let's just pull it up on the big screen. So this is a research scientist. This is the one that I start with. When you play this card, or when you activate this card, there's actually 3 abilities on the card, and you do them in order from top to bottom. The first ability is, I could spend 2 coins to flip over one of my research tiles. So in other words, one of these tiles, which is on my board, I could flip over. Now the reason why you would want to do that is when you're moving your upload marker along this track, you can move onto any flipped over marker without needing to meet the criteria of it. So if you've either miscalculated and done it wrong, or you just want to be able to move faster, then you can play the research scientist and you can flip over one of the tiles. I'm not going to do that right now. The second ability is you can move your upload marker, and then the third ability is you get 2 research points. Now we've already mentioned this, we've already mentioned how you spend research points, but it's this part which is the most interesting. And what happens is you can move your upload marker as far as you want along the track with 1 research scientist. But every space that you move onto, you must meet the criteria for that space. So if I show you, for example, the criteria for me to move my upload marker to here is that I must have at least 1 carbon visible and 1 minerals visible. I do, it doesn't use them up, I just have to have them visible. So I move the upload marker to there. Now, if I meet the criteria for the next space, I can move to there as well. And basically, if you manage to chain these together so that you can basically meet all of the criteria, you can move your upload marker a very long way. Wherever you land is the bonus that you get. So I've landed here, I can't move to here, so I get 1 coin. That is 1 coin that I get for landing there. Now, if I did manage to meet this criteria, I could move on to that space, and instead of getting the coin, I would gain 1 helium. Now let's just talk about this one, because this is interesting. That icon there is for a scientist, which is either a research scientist or a field scientist. And you might think, well, hang on a minute, Paul, you've got a research scientist here. But no, for this tile, this scientist has to be a different one than you're using. Because if you think about it, of course you've got a research scientist, because the only way to move this marker is by playing a research scientist. So because I don't have another scientist active this turn, I cannot move on to this tile. So my research scientist moves me to there, and I'm going to get 1 coin. And remember, why you want to move this upload marker is the further it goes, the more points you're going to get at the end of the game. Right, that's me done. That has, oh no, I've got 2 research points. Right, so let's have a look at what I'm going to spend my 2 research points on. And based on what's there, I'm going to take this one. So this is a C1, and it costs 2 research points to take, but because it's come from a red bordered zone, I take the coin. Now, the C1s can go anywhere on my player board. Did I mention that these can't have the A's on? I can't remember if I did, but certain ones of these spaces cannot have an A tile. And as I mentioned earlier, I could put it here if I wanted to. I'm not. I'm going to put it there, because my plan next turn is to have an extra scientist, have 1 titanium and 2 energy, and hopefully I'll be able to do something. We will see. Peter, your go.
I find myself in the situation of having max energy with a magnificent 2.
Okay.
So I'm going to go here.
Space, yeah.
Which, Rob, could you move you up 2 spaces?
2 spaces. Thank you very much. And you gain a coin. So very simple.
That's my go.
Yeah, just gained. One coin and 2
very
energy.
simple. That's me. Rob.
Yes.
Is that actually going to work next turn? I don't know if it is. Yes, it is. Okay, I have a plan. What could possibly go wrong?
You took your bonus action. I'm actually going to go here.
Okay, so you take the first player marker off me, and you get 1 research point to spend. All done.
Yep.
I'm also going to use a bonus action, but I'm going to use this action. So we almost saw this earlier on, but we didn't quite. So I have to spend 1 coin to choose the action. But then what I do, so I'm going to spend my coin. Then what I do is I buy any card from the market, but instead of paying for it with resources, I pay for it with coins. So if we have a look at the market, I basically work out which card I want to take. Now, another thing, some of these cards have shares on them. So these cards, if you own this card at the end of the game, it counts as one share in that company. So they're actually quite nice. I'm tempted to take that one just because Rob seems to be expanding this company, although it is a very expensive. That's going to cost me 4. Yeah, I think I'll do it. I'm going to spend 4 money and I'm going to take that card. So that card goes into my hand. I spend 4 money. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, done. Peter.
I'm going to use my energy.
So it's 2 energy. Which
Just
company is going to expand?
This one.
Okay.
It's going to expand. Now it expands from where it
From wherever it
already
is.
So
Yeah.
he's there, so he can expand into there.
Yeah.
And then so that's 1 point, and a further point can expand into there.
Yeah. So that gets you
That gets
1
me
step
1.
up on this track, and that gets you 1 helium. And that use your 2 energy, so you flip the tile over.
That's my go.
Okay, Rob.
Okay, so I'm going to use the scientist.
Okay.
Rats.
I'm not using the first step.
Can I just take that scientist tile from you? I'm just going to show it on the big screen. So this is the scientist tile that Rob took last turn. It's very, very similar to the research scientist that I played, apart from it's only worth 1 research point. There you go.
Thank you. And
So you're not flipping a tile over.
then I move. So I have 1 titanium and 1 minerals. I can get to there.
Yeah.
I have 2 minerals and at least 1 carbon. I can get to there.
Yeah.
I have 2 carbon and at least 1 minerals. I can get to there.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to stop, which gets me $1.
Yeah. So there we go. What I explained earlier on about chaining the tiles together so that they've got similar things on them so that you can meet all of the criteria has allowed Rob to move his upload marker 3 spaces.
Yep. And I'm then going to take this one with my 1 research
With your
point.
1 research point.
It's an A, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it not here because it needs to be
'Cause you can't.
B or more.
Yeah.
So I'm going to place it here, leaving a gap. Now I can't move my marker onto there
Yeah.
until I've filled that in.
Yeah, that's the important thing. When you're moving your upload marker, you cannot move over gaps. Gaps have to be filled in order for you to move over them. My go?
Yep.
I'm going to spend 2 money to go there, and I'll have the field scientist next turn.
And I had planned to do the same thing that Rob just did and skip across 2, but I'd used my
You've already used your energy.
so I don't have my
Oops.
energy there any exactly. Oops.
Yeah, that is the trick with the research scientist. Is you have to use. So let's just go to my player board. My research scientist allowed me to move my upload marker to here. In order to move to here, I had to have 1 carbon and 1 minerals, and they had to be visible. So if I'd already spent the carbon, then I wouldn't have been able to use the research scientist to move to here. So it's really important the order in which you do things. Make sure you use your research scientist before you flip these cards over.
So
Or not.
This is how not to do it. Because I was planning to go there. That's why I bought that tile. However, it just means that I stop there this turn instead.
You can still do that, yeah.
I can still do that because I've got both of those visible.
Yep.
So I get the coin. I
you
wouldn't have got that coin if I'd skipped along to there.
That's true.
So I've got wealth that I would not have otherwise had. I now have 2
research points.
research points. And I could take this one from the top, couldn't I?
You can.
That is available, but let's just have a quick look and see what I've got coming up.
So while Peter's
So
thinking, I will just...
I will spend those 2 points on that one. Yeah,
So,
sorry.
while Peter's thinking, I will just explain these special research tokens that are the fixed. They are not randomly laid out. They are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When you take them, you put them onto your player board as normal, but to move onto them or past them, you have to spend the coins printed on it. But what they do is they actually increase your end game score. So that one that we can see here will cost you 2 coins. In fact, let's just put this one on the big screen. There you go. This is the research token here. So to move on to this tile will cost you 2 coins, but it means your research track is worth an extra 4 points at the end of the game. So if I had this on my player board and I'd gone past it, let's say I ended up there, instead of getting 10 points at the end of the game, I would actually gain 14 points at the end of the game. So yeah, these special research tokens are quite good, but the cost in money is quite a lot. There we go. Right. So you spent your research points. We've got a new tile. Rob, your go.
Okay. So.
Yeah, Rob. Matt is in the chat and saying he likes the change to the discard rules, but the original rules for Mombasa are in there as a variant if you want a more challenging game. Personally, I would always play with these rules because otherwise you're having to make a decision that you would normally make at the end of the turn at the start of your turn. It front loads that decision making, which means it's going to be slower.
Two and go here, so I'll have the bonus energy card.
You'll get the bonus energy card next round. Okay. Oh, I've used my research scientist, damn it, I was cheating. So at this point, I've used both of my bonus markers. I've got 1 carbon and 1 minerals, so I'll just use 1 carbon. Now that's not enough to buy any card, so I'm just going to move up 1 on one of the tracks. And I think let's move up on Tawak Industries, please. Thank you. That's me done.
Okay. Now I've got 1 each of carbon and titanium,
Yeah.
which is not good enough to buy me anything.
And just as a reminder, you cannot combine different resources together to buy a card. You can only use resources of the same type.
So I'm looking at doing something on the board. I can move myself. Yes, I'll spend my 1 carbon to move myself up. I think I'll come up here.
Yeah, it's interesting because in the game we played this afternoon, nobody bothered with the purple company at all, and right now nobody's bothering with the purple company. But
well,
it might change.
They're at the wrong end of the moon. That's why. So that's me done. Rob,
you still got all of your cards available.
Yep. So I'm going to use the mineral with my +1 bonus.
Yes.
To buy that scientist.
This one normally costs 3, but if you pay for it with minerals, you get a discount of 1. And my last action for this turn is to use 1 minerals to again move up 1 space on Tawak Industries.
I'm going to use my 1 titanium to move up 1 space on Astrago. Rob.
Okay, I'm going to use my 2 carbon to buy another 2 carbon.
This one?
That's the one.
There you go. So I'm done. So at this point, I'm going to take... I need to make sure I get this right. In fact, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to take these cards into my hand, and then I will put these above my player board. Peter, you can be taking your turn.
That's a field scientist, isn't it? The one at the bottom that's not been taken yet.
It has.
No, that the one next to it.
That's the research scientist.
That's the research, right. No, I think I'm going to go here. Burn a card.
So we saw that on the first turn of the game.
Burn a card, so this goes out of the game.
Yeah, it's value 1, so you get 3 money.
And I get 3 money.
Skycroft 1000 has a question. Minerva lets you buy cards with coins plus research tiles. Minerva here. Okay. Yes. So the special ability of Minerva is exactly the same as this ability here, but it's free to use instead of costing 1, and you also get a helium. So well done for spotting that, even though it's upside down.
Okay. You done?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to spend my 1 resource card. I'm just going to move myself up 1 on this track.
Yep, getting you 1 share.
Yep.
I'm already done, so back to you, Peter.
I'm done. So
take a stack.
Take a stack.
Put in hand.
And then add these to the other stacks.
I think Rob's doing the same.
So I'm going to take these 2 back.
So I can start preparing for the next round. Get rid of those cards, slide everything along. And again, replenish in numeric order.
Back to the supply. Peter, have you got your that card to your token. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right, so that energy goes back, but then Rob gets it.
Yum yum.
That research scientist goes back, I get the field scientist, and we will get our action markers back. We reveal the special research token for round 3, and off we go. Let's play some cards. So I need to play that one. And that one. And that one. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Plan does not work. Right, are we all planned?
Yes.
I'm planned up.
Okay, so we reveal. So I've got a research scientist, 2 energy, and 2 titanium.
Okay. I've got 2 research scientists, 2 energy and 2 minerals.
5 energy.
5 energy. No messing around.
Boom.
Okay,
Okay. So it starts with myself.
you are first player.
So I got the most scientists, I believe. Is that correct? I have the most research scientists. I have 2.
I don't have any.
Yeah, so this is a space we haven't seen yet.
Okay, so this space here is the most
Yeah.
research
So
scientists.
let's have a look. So
I
yeah,
can take this one.
as Rob says, it's for the most research scientists. Rob has 2 research scientists, but although I have 2 scientists, this is a research scientist and this is a field scientist. And that space that Rob's chosen is for having the most research scientist, which he does. Now he looks at what he's actually got, and he's actually got 1 research scientist
And any
other scientist, so he gets 2 coins and 1 research point.
2 coins and 1 research point.
Yeah.
The research point will be to take this one here, which is a B, so we can go here, and that goes face down.
All done?
All done.
Right. My go. Now,
And of course that gets replaced.
I think I need to do this before I mess up. So let's just have a look at my playbook. I want to try and move on to these. And as I mentioned, this icon here means that I need to have another scientist in my active area as well as the one that I'm using to advance. So I'm going to use my research scientist. The first thing is, do I want to spend 2 coins to flip a tile? I do not. Then I move my upload marker. So to move on to this, I need to have 1 other scientist, which I do, and at least 1 titanium, which I do. To move on to this, I need to have 1 other scientist, which I do, and at least 2 energy, which I do. So I move to there, and the benefit of this is I gain 3 helium. So 1, 2, 3, and then I get 2 research points, and then that flips that research scientist over. So what am I going to do with my 2 research points? Well, there is another very nice looking sea tile there, which I might just take because it's an extra 2 helium.
This one.
But the coin's already
That
gone.
one gives you 3.
That one gives me 3.
the same as the
In
one
fact,
you
that's the
just
same as the one that I've just used. But I would need... the things that I would need to do to put that together, I don't know if it's worth it. Somebody's already stolen the money. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take that one, and we'll see what happens. So I'm going to put that... I know I'm going to get caught out, but I'm going to put it there. So yeah, that's exactly the same tile as the one that I've just taken, but me doing it 2 turns on the run is going to be quite difficult to do. Right, Peter, your go.
Well, I believe I've got the maximum power.
I think you have the max energy, so you've got 5 energy,
I've
which
only got
is the
5,
most.
I haven't got 6.
No.
So I only get to go up 3.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, and there's an extra cost of crossing here.
Yeah. Spend
You
5
have to pay
coins.
5 coins.
Very expensive.
3, 4. Just 3, wasn't it?
It was just 3.
There we are.
Yeah.
You pass there, so you get a coin back.
Get a coin.
So Peter's now in this zone, and what this means is he always counts as having a field scientist.
Yep.
And whenever a particular ability is used that counts the number of locations on the map that produce helium,
He's
he
got an
counts
extra
as having 1 higher.
Yeah. So yeah, he's got an extra virtual field scientist icon. It isn't a field scientist that you can do anything with, but he counts as having that icon permanently.
And Robert, you'll go.
Back to me.
Nice. Because we didn't use this board in the game this afternoon, so that's quite different. That would have been actually good for me with my what I'm trying to do here, if I'd have thought about it.
Okay. So, I am going to activate this research scientist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pay 2.
Oh, I'm going to do it.
To flip this one face down because
Yeah.
it's too high a cost.
So Rob's got a tile on his board that he doesn't think he's going to be able to do, so he's flipped it face down, and that when he's moving his upload marker, he can move it past that without having to meet the criteria.
And then we begin the move. So I have 2 energy and at least 1 minerals. I can get to there.
Yep.
That's face down. I get to there automatically. Because I've reached this location, this now flips to on. I can now play and use a 4th card for the rest of the game.
I'll show you that on my board. So what Rob has done is he's moved his upload marker to this space here, and you'll see here it says on. So what happens is when the upload marker reaches this space, this turns on. And what that means is, as Rob says, he can now play 4 cards per turn instead of 3.
And then my final move is to here, because still I have 2 energy and 2 minerals. And that, where I stop, gets me 2 cash.
Nicely done.
I can then take up to 3 points of research here. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to take this one for 2, which is when I land on it, I add up my total number of minerals, subtract 1 and get that many coins,
Yep.
which is going to live here. And I think I'm just going to take one of these A's at random and put it there. Then he goes
Sleepy sleep time.
face down.
Okay, we replenish the research tokens, and it's my go. So I've not used my field scientist yet. We've not seen the field scientists in use yet. Peter's got 5 energy to come. Now, Peter's moving up his marker with Skymine resources. So I'm thinking Peter is probably going to be spending the 5 energy to expand yellow, which means it might be worth getting in on that yellow action at some point. Let's have a look. How much money have I got? I've got 3 money. What am I going to get next turn? I'll tell you what, I think I'm just going to use my field scientist. So the field scientist, the tile anyway, this gets me 2 helium, and then for every additional field scientist I currently have in my active area, I would get an additional 1 helium. So this is the field scientist tile that is available every round, and it's fairly simple, that one. So yeah, I just flip it over and I get 2 helium. Oh, I'm so close to unlocking that space. Done.
Okay, well, it's time to spend some energy, I believe. And
It is going to be yellow, is it?
it's going to be yellow. Well guessed.
Clever like that. So
One,
1, 2
2.
to get to there.
3. 4. 5.
Big expansion. It's just 5.
Oh, is it? Yes, it
Yes,
is. Of course it
75.
is. Oh,
So yeah, so it was
getting carried away.
2 to cross here, then 1, then 1, then 1.
So start with the easy ones.
That's 1 coin. Well, there's an easier one here. I guess you nothing.
That's already done.
You
That
get
gets me 2,
2 plus 1.
3,
3 more up on there,
and then 1.
and 1 helium. Yeah, big expansion for yellow.
And that's
Nicely.
And that's all of those energy used.
Right. So, back to me.
Yep.
I'm now going to use my second research scientist. So first of all, I'm again going to pay 2, put one face down, which is this one here.
Ooh, I see. Yep.
And then I move on blank. Total number of minerals, which is 2.
2 minus 1.
Minus 1, so
You
I
get
get
1
1
coin.
coin back. And then I get another research
Can
2.
you just pass me that tile, Rob?
Which one? This one?
The research token that you've just landed on. Just going to
There
put
we
that up on here. So this is the token that Rob's just used. And as he says, when you move on to it, you've got to have at least one mineral. You cannot move onto it if you don't have any minerals. And if your upload marker ends on this token, then what it means is you get money equal to the number of minerals you have minus 1.
And then my last one, I bought one of the advanced ones from the top row.
Right.
Which
Put it there.
Once I've passed it, will mean I get more victory points for this particular setup.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so
And he goes face down too.
I am going to spend my 2 energy, and I am going to expand Astrogo Enterprises. I think. Yeah, and we're going to expand 2 into here. So across this double line into here. That gets me 1 coin. It also gets me 1 helium, and that means I have reached this space here. So as soon as you reach this space, this turns on, and I can now play 4 cards from next turn as well. And also I get 1 research point. Well, I'm going to take this one. Oh no, that costs 2. Do I want 1 research point? I'm not sure. Let's have a look at what I've got and what I'm going to be getting. They're actually quite difficult for me to do. Those A's. Let's take that one. I don't have to take the left one, but I am going to take that one. Now, because it's an A, I cannot put it here. So I'll put it here. I can put it on any. I could have put it there if I really want to, but no, I'm going to put it there. That's my go done. Just curious, question for those people who are watching this live in the chat. How many of you have played Mombasa before? And the follow-up question is, if you've played Mombasa and you own Mombasa, will you now buy Skymines? Just curious. There is also, if you're watching this game, there is more to the game than this. There is another side of the board. There's a whole set of variant rules. There's a little campaign included with 4 different missions. So there is a lot more than just what you're seeing here.
Okay. Roll.
All done?
Oh yes, back to me. I actually get to do something. Right. Let's pay 2. I'm going to take the...
This one?
Yep.
I've still got both of my bonus markers. What am I doing with them?
Maximum titanium, perhaps?
I mean, I do have the most titanium. So it is a free thing, but also I could take first player and grab another tile that I don't want. That could also be a move. I mean, do I want to ditch one of these cards? Probably not, but oh, everything's just a little bit too expensive down here. Yeah. 2 would get me there, which would get me there. Okay, I think if I play that next turn... no. Because that's there. So I can't do that next turn. I'm going to have to do that the turn afterwards. Because I'm playing 4 cards next turn. So I don't really want to burn a card. Although this is a slightly better version of this, in that I can trash a card and get extra money from it. Go on, let's do max titanium. So because I currently have the most titanium, I can use that action, and I've got 2 titanium, which moves me 2 steps up on that track. Done.
I'm out.
Peter's out. So pick up one of your stacks, put the 3 cards above your board, and then Rob.
I'm now going to spend 3. 1, 2, 3.
2 with a discount of 1.
Buy this one.
Yeah. Hand, that flips over. Right, I've got 1 bonus marker left and 2 titanium. Well, the 2 titanium, I can't buy a card because nothing costs 2. So I'm just going to move up. Let's move up 2 spaces on that track. Yeah. Peter's out. Rob?
Okay. Flipping my 2 energy,
Oh, I forgot you had that.
and 2 energy will be to move this one to there.
That's
through this,
2.
through this border.
Oh, yeah, there's a 1 there.
And
Yeah.
this one through there.
Okay, so you get 1 money and 1 research point.
1 money. And 1 research point, which will be this one here, which goes there. Back to you, Paul.
Yeah, I got a bonus marker left, and I sort of just realised that I could have bought that for 2. I said there was nothing here worth 2, and there was. There was that, and I missed that. So I think, I've got 4 money. This is going to put me very, very short on money. My other option is that I choose this. What am I going to get there? I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that.
And it does cost 1, the card in space 2. Paul just wasn't paying attention.
What's that?
Why doesn't card in space 1 cost 2? It does.
Yeah. No, sorry, I had 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's
Yeah.
asking us.
Oh, right.
Someone
Okay.
was asking on the chat why. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I could have bought that card. So I don't want to trash a card. I don't want to buy a card. We've not explained how this works yet. If we don't explain how this works by the end of the game, then I'll explain it at the end of the game. Answers on a postcard about what I should do next. Okay. I need to work out what are my actions that I'm going to do next turn. So I need to work out which stack I'm going to pick up. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take this. So I get the first player marker, and I get 1 research point. And that research point is going to be on this one. This one here. Put it on there. Okay, I'm done. Peter's already out. Rob,
I'm now done.
you're done.
So I'm taking back this stack.
Okay, and then I'm done as well. So I'm going to take back a stack. And I'm going to take back... This is quite painful. But I think I'm going to take back the stack with 2. And I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put that there. Okay, right. So, end of the round. Return these markers, but then that goes to you. I return this, which goes to you. So that's those allocated. We get our bonus markers back. We remove these cards. We slide everything along. And then, where have I put the deck of cards? There's the deck of cards. Yep, still in the B's. And we're now into the C's. And we reveal the tile for round 4. Right, planning phase. So my planning phase is very easy. I have 4 cards and I have 4 slots to play my cards in. So I'm going to put my 4 cards there. You don't have to fill all of the slots, I believe, if you don't want to, but you generally want to. Right, reveal cards. I've got 3 carbon and 4 energy.
Okay, I've got 2 minerals, 3 energy, and 2 field scientists.
I've got 1 research scientist, 1 field scientist, 2 titanium, and that special card which is 2 energy.
Right, and I'm first player, so carbon. I have the most carbon, I believe.
Yep, I haven't got any carbon at all.
Which is 3. Do I also have the most energy? I also have the most energy. Okay. 2 bonus markers is nowhere near enough. I want 6. Okay, so I am going to say... I'm going to say max carbon. And I have 3 of it, so I move 3 spaces up on that their track. And did I get a coin for passing a certain space? I did.
Yes.
Okay. First action done.
Right, nobody else has got any research scientists, I believe.
No, I've got
No.
2. Yep, I only have 2 field, so it's all
Which
yours.
means I've got
You have
max
the most research scientists.
No, I've also got a field scientist,
You get-
and I've passed that threshold,
Oh yeah, so you've got an extra permanent
You
one.
count as
which
having
means that
3
counts as
scientists.
having
Nice. 3 coins and 2 research points. Very strong.
and I did it in the right order as well. And 2 research points, which I will take.
Don't take the one I want. Don't
That
take
one.
the one I want. Oh.
Gets you a coin.
Yeah,
very
it's an
much.
obvious choice with the free icon.
And that's my go, Rob.
Okay, whilst I'm here, I'm just going to activate this one.
Yep. So 2 helium,
Yep, gives me 2 helium.
plus an extra helium because you currently have 1 other
Yep.
field scientist.
Boom, boom, boom.
Right. I am going to spend my 3 carbon. And I'm going to buy this energy card here. Because otherwise, I've completely messed up everything.
Marvellous.
Okay. I'm gonna. Oh,
Was going to do something.
I was going to do something, and then I realised suddenly that it's going to cost me 1 more money than I've got. So I'm not going to do that. Okay, well, let's not do that. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to buy that research scientist for money, and it's going to cost me all my money.
Yep, 1 for the
So
privilege.
it's 1 coin to
for
use the space. And then how much did you spend?
4.
4. So you buy that research scientist.
Okay.
Okay.
Pop down here.
It's probably going to turn out to have been the wrong thing to do.
So
Trash.
Rob's trashing a card. Which card are you trashing?
I'm just going to trash this starting carbon.
Okay, so it's value 1, so you get 3 money.
Yum, yum, yum.
Nom 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 nom.
Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yum, yum, yum.
Right, I am going to... So I've currently got the most energy.
Mhm.
I don't think I want to use this bonus marker for anything else, he says. No, I don't want to trash that card. So I am going to go max energy. I move 3 up on this company and gain 1 coin. Done. Since I think yellow's going to be worth something at the end of the game, I probably want to get some shares in it.
Well, I've got 2 energy, and it's probably about time to use them. So let's do that. I will take that. Yep, that costs 1. And I have 1 more to spend. Can I get to anything? Yes, I can get here.
Okay, so
I've
you've got 3 research points.
Wow.
My next move.
How exciting is that? In fact, it is quite exciting because if I take
Oh,
that
this is the tile I wanted.
and put it in
Good.
there,
It doesn't replenish just yet.
Sorry, yeah,
So
it's
that's-
still going.
2 points spent. I've
Yep.
got 1 left. 1 point left. 1 point left. And an A can go in there. So, none of those really work. I suppose I could spend 2 to flip it over. I might end up doing that. In which case, I will take that and that. or rather
that's
just
it.
that.
Okay, so there's the 3 points spent.
That goes in there, and that goes in there.
And that's
Okay.
there you go.
Okay.
And I flip that over because I've used it.
Yep.
Yep. I'm going to spend my 2 minerals.
Oh no! Ah, sorry. Can I take
Go
that
on.
back?
What do you need to take back?
Oh, because I need that.
Don't the entire turn.
Oh, sorry. Yes,
I'm happy.
Are you sure?
I'm very
Are
happy.
you sure?
Yeah.
Because that means that. Oh no! I can't because we've turned tiles
No,
over.
it's fine. You've not seen the tiles.
We've turned tiles
If
over.
it's going to completely mess up your entire
It
turn,
is because I need to go.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll undo it, but only this once.
That's very kind. Thank you. Because
think it was
that's
that
the
one
same
you bought, wasn't
mistake
it? It was
that I
that
made.
one. Yeah.
It's the same
So
mistake
which
that I
one was
made.
the one you
Yeah.
bought from there?
So that's the thing not to do.
Right. Okay. This is a how not to do it video.
Yeah, we'll just edit that out.
Okay. Sorry.
So
I need to.
you've
keep
not
that.
done that.
So I
We've
need to keep.
undone the expansion. We've put the tiles back.
So I'm going to do the research scientist.
Yes. So do you want to flip a tile over?
How do you mean?
First ability of the research scientist is
Oh, yeah.
spend 2 coins to flip a tile.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Because I've got everything I need.
Okay.
So I'm going to move.
You got 2 energy. You got 2 energy. You've got another. Yep. So you get 2
and it goes to
helium.
there. So I don't get to go all the way to the end. This is where I was just thought, I've seen that. I
Yeah.
can do that, and I can go all the way to the end, but I can't. I get 2 helium. Oops. And then I move down to here, and now I've got 2 research points. So now I can take that tile, which I can hold in there.
So still took the tile I wanted. Right. Done.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Rob. So I can now get the research points, but I can't get the tile.
Right, so I was taking my turn.
Yeah.
So I'm activating this 2 minerals.
2 minerals.
Yep. So for the discount of 1, I'm buying that level 3.
This one.
Yep.
So you've still got 1
Still got
left
one
because
left,
that
which
costs
will push me up
that
1
costs
on
1.
there.
Yep. Remember, when you spend resources, you can spread them between buying a card and the track.
So Skycroft is saying that if you pass over a track space that gives you a coin, everyone else who passed over that space earlier also gets it. Is that what you mean? Is that one of these?
I will check that rule. Thank you very much for pointing that out. Let me check. That was a rule in Mombasa. I may have missed that, so apologies if we have missed that, but we can fix it. So, company tracks. There are money barriers. First bonus threshold. Right, okay, so when you pass a bonus threshold, you unlock its track bonus, which will affect you from your next turn onwards. Where is it? Where is it? Let me just have a check, see if it's in there, because if it is, we didn't use that rule when we played this afternoon. In fact, I'd forgotten about that rule, so let's just double check.
It hasn't really impacted yet in this game.
It's not, no,
think
but
the
it
other
would have
would be-
changed the game this afternoon.
I would have an extra coin. That's about it.
Okay, thank you very much for pointing it out in the chat, and we're just checking the rulebook to see. Advance on 1 or more company tracks, 1 space forward, 21 to 23 of the company right. So I was on the right page. Right, money barriers, not considered spaces. This is about the shading, the shaded section,
Yeah, there's these ones.
which is not that. Yep, you're right. So yeah, thank you very much for pointing this out. Whenever your track passes a bonus threshold, you gain from the bank the amount of crypt coin shown beside it, and each player who has already passed it gains that amount from the bank.
Okay.
So you're absolutely right. Apologies for not spotting it earlier in the chat,
Okay.
but because Rob had already reached that point when I passed it,
I get a coin.
you get a coin.
So easily fixable. There we go.
Yes. But it's probably going to affect a few of us.
Why is it the answer
As
to
well.
every rules query always ends up with Rob getting money?
Yeah, I'd forgotten that rule
Okay,
from
well
Mombasa.
done. Well spotted.
Yes. Is it my go?
I just bought that.
Yes, I think it is.
Yeah, I just bought that
Yeah.
card, and then the
Okay.
credit came out. Didn't
Well, I
it?
don't have any choice. I've used both of my bonus markers. I only have my energy left. So I spend 4 energy. Now, I did have a plan, and I think it's going to be to do pretty much what you did. I didn't really want to expand with yellow,
Yellow's where it's at.
but I needed the 2 research points to take the tile that you snatched. So, is there any other company that I can expand with that will get me 2 research points? How many have I got? I've got 4 energy. So I could potentially... I mean, the problem is I'm in both of these companies. In fact, I'm in all 3. I mean, I could start branching out with purple. That'd be fun. So why not? So I've got 4 energy. So 1, 2, 3. But then I'd lose the 4th one if I did that. So I think what I'm tempted to do is to actually knock yellow out there. Have we seen this yet?
No, this was
we haven't seen this yet.
time.
So it costs you 1 extra energy to move into a sector that has another player's outpost in there. Well, not another outpost in. But then what you do is you return that outpost to wherever you want on here. Well, I say wherever you want. You choose a column and you put it the furthest ahead in that column. But remember, you cannot cover up these X spaces. So I'm just going to put it there.
Did you see that? Naked aggression.
Yeah. Right, so I get 1 coin. I get 1 helium. And I get... Yay! I've got a little bit of influence with this company. Not quite a share.
and 2 research.
And 2 research points, which I will use to take that. Put it there. Right, done.
Right. Peter.
Well, that's completely ruined my turn.
Good. Like a bit of suffering.
Because I was going to go into there.
Yeah.
And now I can't quite do it. So in that case, I'm probably going to do something completely different. Now I've got to use the same company.
Yeah, you can't split the energy between 2 companies. You don't have to spend it all if you don't want to.
Actually, this would probably turn out to be quite a good move. There.
So 1.
And so that's 1. And
there's only 1 other place that you can go, which is here.
There.
It just sets the stage ready for the next turn.
which just lets somebody else go straight in there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm
You
gonna
don't have to spend it.
I'm going to choose not to.
Yeah.
Well, actually, if I do, each one of the I only get to go up here for these symbols here. So
Yep.
yeah, I'm not going to get anything by doing that. So I'm going to choose not to. I get 1 technology point, and I go up once on this track, which crucially gets me some money.
And me. Because
And you.
this rule that we now know about.
And also it opens up
You've now got that action available
that
to you.
action
Yeah.
to me. So I've done that. I've got a technology, a research point to spend just the 1. That's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
exactly
about
right, Skycroft. It was the bonuses that I wanted rather than the company. Because the problem is, even if I expand a bit with this company, it's probably going to get decimated by yellow.
Let's just take that one. Put it there. And that turns
flips
over
that.
Cool.
That's
Okay.
my go, Rob.
Okay, I'm activating my power.
3 energy.
Just 3 energy. I'm actually going to go 1, 2, 3.
So yeah, crossing 2 lines and knocking out the pink outpost.
So I'll put that back
Gets you 2
on
helium.
there.
Okay.
Actually, I'll put it back on there.
Okay.
That goes face down.
2 helium.
2 helium.
Yep.
1, 2.
It's a good way of getting helium, that space. I'm done. I have no bonus markers left and I've used all of my cards. So I'm going to take this stack back. This lovely, lovely stack. And now, because I have 4 slots active above my player board, I need to start a 4th slot above my player board. But yeah, I'm done. So
I've got field
I have a
scientist.
feeling you did 2 actions in a row, because I've still got 2 actions left. I think you did an action, then we paused, and then you did a second action, and we carried on.
I'm not sure.
But
I don't remember doing it, but
What did you just do?
well, it's just
I've
that
just
I've
passed.
still got 2 actions left to go.
Yeah, but you took that.
I don't know. We'd
I've
have to
still
go
got-
back and
I
check.
was- Yeah, I'm just saying.
Rob, you
I've
took-
not taken 2 actions.
That wasn't the query. The query is Paul saying he's finished, and I've still got 2 actions left.
Yeah.
And one of them was to spend 2 cards at the same time. So I
Yeah,
feel.
but I don't know.
Yeah.
If somebody wanted to go back and watch the last 5 minutes to check, but we can't undo it now.
No, I'm not saying we should undo it. Just I think you need to be careful with pausing the.
Can I do that? Can I do that? No, I can't do that.
Okay.
Well, I can spend 2 titaniums to buy. 2 titaniums.
Yep, you can use 2 titanium to buy 2 titanium.
Yeah.
Rob,
Okay. I'm going to trigger my new field
okay,
scientist.
let me just have a look at that because this is a card we've not seen before.
This one.
So this is similar to the other field scientist, but it gets 2 helium and 1 coin, and then it gets additional helium based on the number of these, what are they, gas mines or something, that company has. So this company is the Tawak Industries company.
So it
What
now
we're going to
has-
do is we're going to look on the board, and it has 1, 2, 3.
That's it.
So Rob gets an extra 1 helium for this card.
Yep. So I get a total of 3.
So a total of 3 helium
1,
and
2,
a coin.
3 and a coin, which also then turns on my helium pumps.
Right, so you've got 5 cards from now on.
Yep.
Okay, I'm already done. So over to you, Peter.
All I've got left to do is my field scientist, who gets me some helium
Yeah,
and 2 coins.
2 coins.
And that's me done.
Okay. Then my final one is to place this. Can't take any of them because everything's used up. So it's something out there. I do have pots.
You've got plenty of money.
I think it's going to be this one to take the bonus energy.
Yep, 2 coins.
For 2 coins. 1, 2.
Already done, Peter. You've done your card stuff. Rob, you do your card stuff.
Okay, so I'm talking about this stack.
I will set up for next round. So I reckon once you're experienced at this game, you can probably play certainly a 3-player game in about 90 minutes, maybe a 4-player game in 2 hours. When you're learning the game, you're probably looking at an extra 30 minutes, depending on
Cheers back
how
to
slow
you.
the players are.
I'm going to get them back.
That goes back here. The energy is returned and then given to Rob. 'Cause you had the token here, didn't you? Rob?
Yeah.
You had the token there.
That's it. I get that one.
And if you've played Montbasser, it's like putting on an old jacket, or
Yeah.
be it one with flashing lights.
We need to reveal the round 5
Lasers.
special research token. And I get those back. And planning for round 5. Okay. Skycroft says he remembers the diamond mines from Mombasa, but Skymines has a whole bunch of other map symbols besides gas mines. Do they do anything? Yes. Yes and no. That is just a visual representation of that. So, yeah, the research points that you get is that icon. The helium is that icon. That is that. So, no, that one does something, but these other icons are just cosmetic. Right, I'm playing 4 cards. This hasn't worked at all. Got all my combos wrong. Done.
I'm suffering here for lagging behind on the extra
Yeah.
registers.
Well, Rob's got 5 cards a turn now. I'm going to get that this turn.
I think this turn, enough cards now, it's starting to matter a lot more.
Priorities.
There is a solo mode included in this game as well, and my Patreon supporters are currently voting on which solo games I'm going to play next Saturday. So next Saturday there is a 24-hour charity event which is taking place in Somerset. I'm not able to attend the event myself, but what I'm doing to support the charity is I'm going to be doing some live streams from home. So this is next Saturday, and my Patreon supporters are currently voting. It's going to be 2 solo games, and they're voting on which solo game I'm going to be playing. And this is one of the games that I've put up for the vote. I haven't checked the votes recently, but I think Lost Ruins of Arnak was definitely winning it. So it looks like I'm going to be playing that again on Saturday. But it might be this one. We will see. If I don't play this solo on Saturday, I will play this solo probably next month. Because I do enjoy this game. And I do want to see what the solo mode is like.
Okay.
Right, let's reveal some cards.
Boom, boom, boom.
I have Energy, Double Research Scientist, and a couple of minerals.
4 energy, 5 titanium, 2 carbon.
Oh, look at you.
Research scientist, 2 energy, 2 minerals.
So not happy with 5 of your own cards, you've got an extra 2 energy as well.
Oh, yes.
So I don't have the most energy. I don't have the most minerals. I do have the most research scientists. Ooh. That's interesting. But I don't think I want to do that. No, I don't think I do. The thing is, I've only got 1 card in hand. I'm going to be getting 3 cards back at the end of this turn. If I burn this card, then I won't have 5 cards to play next time. That's the problem. I've not bought enough cards from here to make burning cards viable. So I could do the most research scientist space, and it would get me 2 coins and a research point. But that would use up one of these nice, lovely bonus markers. Is that something I want to do? I think it is. So I'm going to go max research scientist, and I have 1 plus 1 other. So I get 2 coins, and I get a research point, and I'm going to take... It's only 1, isn't it? Yeah, let's take this tile here, which comes with a free coin. Now this is a B tile, and B tiles are allowed to go on these spaces. It's just the A tiles that are not allowed to go on those spaces. In fact, do I want to put it there? Based on what I'm going to get next? Yeah, no, that's fine. That's fine. Oh yeah, I could burn cards and... yeah. Yeah. Mike is asking, am I doing the channel full time? Yeah, Mike, I've been... Gaming Rules has been a full-time thing for me for 8 years now. It's been a very, very long time since I had a normal job. with a normal boss to report to. Although my boss was anything but normal.
They're all mad.
They're all crazy mad.
I'm going to use my research scientist. I'm going to move...
Are you sure you don't want to spend your other cards first?
Stop it. I've learnt that lesson, I hope, through repetition. I'm going to move to here because I have got 2 energy because I haven't already used it. It gives me 2 helium, which is almost... and it opens up that.
Yep. And you've got 3 research points, so that is a super research scientist.
2 of them. And I've got 1 more, which is going to be... let's go with that one. Oh, it can't be an A, so... oh, it's a B. It's a B. It's all right.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And that's my research scientist, so he gets flipped.
Right. I have 4 energy, I believe, which is more than anyone else.
I've got 2,
So I'll
so
go
you've got max energy.
jump there. Go 1, 2, 3, and take a coin.
Yep.
Where'd you get the coin from?
Coin from that.
Oh, from there.
Not from
Okay,
there.
not
Yeah.
from the track.
Not from that.
Soon.
Soon. Right, okay, so I was talking about buying cards. There are some very nice cards here. And I think I probably need to. But it means I'm not doing that. That's fine. I'm going to buy a card. So it cost me 1 coin to go there. Now, I've got loads of money. Which of these cards do I want? The Field Scientist in yellow seems quite good, considering yellow has got... it's got 2 gas mines. But it's other cards that I need. Desperately need other cards. Yeah, in fact, I'm not going to get those back. So, oh, there's so many of these cards that I want. I am actually going to buy this Field Scientist. So it's going to cost me 3 money. Goes into my hand. 1, 2, 3. Done. It's both of my bonus markers used. And yeah, as you say, so this is a card which you can see on the right hand side has got this. This means that this card is actually worth 1 share in that company at the end of the game. Which at the moment, yellow is currently worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points.
Yep.
And probably more before the end of the game. It's an interesting track, that one. Glad we chose that one at random.
I'm going to use my 2 minerals. I'm going to spend it and buy that Field Scientist.
Yep.
Who's also got the gas mines bonus for if they ever manage to get any gas mines.
Well, they got 1.
That's my go.
Got half a point right now. I'm going to take my second one as another bonus action because I have 5 titanium.
Max titanium.
So not quite enough to get the full move, but it's enough to move me up
3 up on
3
this.
on that track.
And we have an icon we've not seen before. So Rob is getting this bonus here, which is 3 steps up on this company's track. But that icon means that he can remove 1 outpost from any one of the company's station areas. So this is the station area, and I say any one, it has to be the one nearest the actual map itself, but you can do it from any of the 4 companies.
Any 4 companies.
Any of the
so
4
I'm
companies.
burning this one from here.
Okay, so what that's done is basically that has removed that one from the game, and it has therefore increased the value of Tawak Industries. You all done?
All done.
Right, okay. So, I am using one of my research scientists. The first thing I'm going to do is I am going to spend 2 coins. Let me just show this on my player board. So I'm spending 2 coins, and I'm going to flip over one of my tiles, and it is going to be this tile here. Then I am going to move my upload marker as far as I can. So, do I have another scientist? Yes. Do I have 2 energy? Yes. So I can move on to there. I'm actually going to stop there. I could move on to here if I wanted to, but I don't think I want to because I quite like the idea of getting 3 helium. So, now that doesn't actually fit with my actual plan, but I'm going to change my plan. So I'm going to stop there and I get 3 helium. So 1, 2, 3. And then I get 2 research points, and then that research scientist is done. So 2 research points. Let's take that one and put it there, and let's take what am I going to have 4 of? Not next turn, but the turn after. I'm not sure. Don't really have very good cards, to be honest.
Bad workman blames his tool.
Yeah, let's take that one. No, let's not take that one. Let's take that one. And put it there. Okay, done.
I've got 2 energy, which I will use to... I think this little company down here needs a bit of encouragement. So I'm going to come in here.
For 2?
For 2.
Okay. So that goes back. Yeah, so it can't go on the X space, so it just goes there.
So I get 1
Get 1 helium and 1 up on...
And that helium...
This. Unlocks that.
Unlocks my track.
There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Over to me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I'm going to spend 4 power. And we're going to go 1, 2. 1 for the border, 1 for the block. 1, 2. 1 for the border, 1 for the block.
Right, nice.
Okay.
So where do you want to return those outposts?
So the yellow comes...
The rulebook uses the term ousted, which I like.
Ousted to there. And I'll oust that one to there.
Pink is not worth very much.
Yep. And then I gain 2 jumps up on this track, which is my next
and
share.
2 research points.
Which will be to buy this one. And pop him in there.
Done?
Yep.
Okay, so I am going to activate my other research scientist. I'm going to spend another 2 coins. This time I'm going to flip that one over. Then I'm going to move my upload marker as far as I can. I'm only going to move it to there, which doesn't get me any bonus, but I have passed this space. So this is now switched on, and then I get 2 research points. What are we looking at here? Let's see. If I get that and that and that and that and that, 2 research points. Do I want to take one of those? Yeah, let's try it. Let's spend those 2 research points and take that one. It's a little bit of a risk. Don't think I'm going to get that far, but
that doesn't restock.
We will see. We will see.
I can go here.
You can. So you can destroy a card from your hand.
That carbon is worth 1, but it's 1
So it's
plus
actually
3.
plus 3 is worth 4. 4 money.
Wow, look at that money I've got. Rob.
Yep. So I'm going to activate my research scientist. Not doing the flip one down. I'll move him forwards. So I move to here. I have to pay 3 coins to get through the gate.
Yep.
But I'm now at plus 6 VP.
Plus 6 VP at the end of the game.
And then I'm going to stop my turn here, which means I have 5 titanium, which I then get 4
money.
coins. So
Yeah, nice.
boom, boom. And then I get a final 3 bonus, which will be to take this one.
Oh, 3 research point
3
bonus.
research points, yep.
That's good.
And
It's very good.
that one there, let's run it.
Okay.
Hang on, wait. Oh boy.
Thinky noises.
Well, click. Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Okay. And then we restock the tokens. I'm going to use 2 energy. I'm going to expand this company, and we're going to go back into here. So 1 to move into there and 1 to kick out that. That one goes back there. That goes there, and I get 2 helium. 1, 2.
I pass, so I get that stack back.
Put that in the
These
top of your
go
board.
up.
So I'm going to spend 3 titanium to buy that. And that's it. That's
That
scientist.
field scientist.
Sorry. I'm not out. I'm being rubbish today, aren't I? I've still got that left.
Okay.
I was just going to get it there. Paid 2.
Okay, yeah. Do your thing
Yeah.
anyway, because
Okay.
you kind of already started it.
And
So that was your 3 titanium. Are you thinking of using the 2 at the same
I
time?
think all I'm doing now is buying upgrades on these various charts.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to spend 2 titanium to move up twice on the map. Once to jump me over to here.
Which costs you 5 coins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You get 1 back.
But I get 1 back.
And Peter gets 1 as well.
Yep. And I now house that.
You've got that special ability.
And then I'll move 1 up on that pink track as well.
You now have a share in Astrogo Enterprises. Right, I'm going to use my 2 minerals, but I'm going to be buying a card from the display, so I get a discount of 1. So I've got 3. Now, that looks quite nice. But what am I going to be playing next time? Well, I'm not going to be playing a field scientist next time, so I don't need to worry about that. So I think I'm going to take this energy. Cost me 3, and it comes with a share. Done. You're already out. Rob, you still got stuff to do?
Yeah, I've got 2 carbon left. I don't think anything isn't available.
Nope.
Try that again. There's nothing available in the bank for 2.
Nope.
So I'll do 2 more jumps on the map. Let's go. I'll just do 2 just to get that 4. Just
Yeah,
in case.
4 shares now in Skymine resources.
Yep. And then, yep, also needs to be face down.
I'm done.
And I'm done as well.
Okay, so I'm going to take this stack of cards back. And I can now have 5 stacks above my board.
Ooh.
Now, I could be really greedy. No, I can't, because if I do that, then that won't work. We'll put that there. We'll put that there. We'll put that there. And I'll put that there. Right. Okay, so that card is gone. That comes back and goes to you.
Thank you.
These all slide along. And let's replenish. So we're moving on to round 6.
That one clicks down, that one clicks
So we're
face
now
up.
onto we're well into the C cards now. We'll be into the D cards. We're now into the D cards. So we have the first of the D cards that have come out, and this is very simply 1 share in that company. It can't be played, it doesn't do anything else, it just counts as a share at the end of the game, and all of the rest of the cards in this deck are now just shares.
Yep.
Done that, we've done that. Bonus markers come back. Planning. Right, so am I going to be able to do that? There's this round, and then there's one more round. So the cards that we take back at the end of this round are the last cards that we will have for the game. Wow, that's rubbish. Totes rubbish. Definitely playing that one, definitely playing that one. Definitely playing those 2 and that one. Yeah, I think you bought a lot of cards in the game this afternoon as well, and I didn't. So strategy advice, buy cards. Cards are good.
The trouble is they cycle back slowly enough, you've got to keep a steady supply coming in.
Yeah, well I'm still playing cards
Or you're
worth
hitting
one.
your dregs.
They're just a bit rubbish. Right, are we ready? Reveal cards. Got 3 titanium, 1 minerals, field scientist, and 3 energy.
2 field scientists, 3 minerals and 2 carbon.
1 research scientist, 1 field scientist, 4 energy, and 2 titanium.
So I do have the most titanium.
Oh, sorry, 6 energy.
Why did I play that and not that? That was a mistake. Yeah, that was a mistake. Oops. Oh no. Just realised. That's really bad. Okay, so what do I want to take? And whichever one of these I buy, I'm buying them pretty much for the last round of the game. So let's just have a look at the situation. Tawak Industries is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is worth 8. Astrago is worth 3. Skymine Resources is worth 5, and Minerva is worth 3. And I've got, what have I got? I haven't got any shares in yellow. I've got 1 share in pink. I've got 2 shares in Tawak. I can't see what's behind the counters. Yeah, we've got 2 shares in Tawak. So Tawak is about the only one really that I'm interested in.
It's also got the most value.
It has. Yeah, I mean, yellow's pretty good. But... yeah. Oh, this is really tricky. Because I've got the field scientist for Skymine Resources, and I'm wondering if I can get an extra gas mine without hurting my own companies. And I think that's actually quite difficult. But I could do that. That would work, but then somebody else might come along. You've got 6 energy over there. Yeah. Yeah, yellow's going to be worth quite a bit, I think. How do we move up with this? It's the most energy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm only going to get one of these back. Oh dear, dear, dear. Right, I think my first move of the game needs to be to spend this 1 mineral with my discount of 1 to buy this 3 carbon card. Done. Because then next turn I can do that, I think.
Max energy. I've got 6, which means I got 4 spaces on the track.
1, 2, 3.
And
do
I've
you
got
have the
5.
5 money? You do. So you go there and you get 2 money back. Wow, this is powerful, this next section.
Yep.
So what was this again? Whenever you're doing anything related to this company,
get
it's
one
counted as having 3 more.
So was it that company or was it any company? I thought it was any.
See what it all say?
Because the rest of them are all universal.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I think it's just whenever you're counting up the helium mines when you're doing the field.
Oh, when
scientist.
you're doing it, whoever you're doing it for.
Yeah.
Whenever you use any company's field scientist, you're counted as having 3 extra gas collectors.
That's it.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah. Okay.
So that was your turn. My turn.
That was my turn.
Okay, so I'm going to activate the pink field scientist for.
So it's 2 helium and a coin,
So initially it's 2 helium and a coin.
plus an extra helium because of the 2 gas mines here.
That one there, plus that one, plus that one.
Oh yeah.
So that's a total of 4 helium jumps. I was there, wasn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty sure I was there.
I don't know. I can look back.
I knocked it with my hand.
I can quickly look back.
Thanks so much.
You were at the bottom.
I was at the bottom.
You was at the bottom. Yeah.
So I got to there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom, and a coin. Done.
It is me.
Yep.
Right. So if next turn I'm going to be doing that, and I'm going to be moving to there, I also need that. And I can get that if I buy it now. So I'm going to buy cards. So I'm going to spend this 2 titanium and we're going to buy this card. Done.
Okay, my research scientist. I will spend 2 to flip over this tile because I accidentally burnt my minerals. Then I will move to here because I've got another visible scientist, which gets me 2 helium.
If you land on there.
1, 2, yes, I'm stopping there. Then I get to spend 2
research
points, which is going to be might as well be that one. Can go there.
The free coin.
And
Don't forget the coin.
oh, I get
Get that as well.
There we go. Rob.
Yep. I am going to spend my minerals. So I have 3 plus 1 when I'm buying, so that's 4.
What would you like?
I'm going to take this one for a discount.
Yep. So you've got 3 minerals to spend. That one costs 2.
Yep, so I could just not use that.
You could just
card.
not use that.
I may do that and just
Yeah.
hold off for now.
So just as a reminder, when you're using your resource cards, you can use 1 or more of the same type. So on my turn, I used my 2 titanium. I didn't use my 1. And Rob's just done the same. He's used his 2. He hasn't used his 1 yet. Right. So if I want to get the most out of this, but actually, no. I don't think I need to. I think what I need to do is to remove this card from the game because I no longer want it. It's value 2 plus 3. I get 5 money.
Right, 6 energy.
Oh, here we go. Is it purple? It's purple. Yeah. Nobody's got any shares in purple. It might be the most valuable company at the end of the game. Be hilarious. And Cthulhu has won. Oh.
Yes.
One, two, three. 4, 5. I'm not actually getting any shares in that company, am I? So I'm doing loads for it and getting nothing out of it.
Yep. But nobody's getting anything out of it, to be fair. It's this rogue company that we're all phoning up in a back room and saying, oh, move there. Wreck the pink company.
So that was 1, 2, 3.
Yep. 4, 5.
I've got one point left. So
you can go here.
Yes. A single jump, yeah.
Get a research point.
Why not?
Okay, so 1 coin, 2 helium, and 1 research point.
It's really the helium I was after.
And don't forget, research points can be money.
Ah.
At this stage, if you don't want the research points, it can just be money.
Okay. Yes, that's me done.
That's all your energy spent. Okay, Rob.
Okay. I will activate this field scientist, so it gets me again 2 helium and a money.
Yep.
And then because it's got half of one, another half of one.
Get an extra 1 helium.
Extra one, which is put into the next level.
Yep. Okay.
Boom.
I am going to use my... Well, I had a plan. It was to do this. Spend 2 coins to get that for next time.
What's that? Ah.
I'm going to grab the field scientist for the last round.
Now, field scientist. I'm going to use that next. I get 2 helium and a coin.
And a coin. We're all doing quite a bit on the helium track.
Yeah.
And then I get 1 helium for every 2 gas mines
Owned by Purple Company.
The Purple Company, but I get plus the bonus.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you gain an additional 3 helium.
Does that count as well?
No, it's
No.
you said 7.
So I get an additional 3 helium.
Yeah, nice. Don't you have to remove the red outposts? Oh yes, we do have to remove the red outpost. Very good point. They have been ousted. So reds.
Yeah.
Or pink is in the middle of the board.
Amazing.
Astrogo Enterprise is cut off. Supply lines have been disrupted.
I'm going to take the scientist, please, the bonus scientist.
There, yep.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, so I think at this stage I'm going to use the 3 energy. And we're going to bring pink back out. So 1, 2. And I can't spend the 3rd. Oh no, no, I can't spend the 3rd.
Because that's double boarded on all sides.
Yep, so just that. That's going to go back there. And I get 2 helium. So we're going down and round. Done.
I can buy.
You can buy a card. So 1 coin plus however many else you want to buy.
That one is going to cost me
It's
4.
going to cost you 3. So 1 for the space and then an additional 3. Back to you, Rob.
So I'm going to go here
Yep.
Take one free builder, should be this one here. And come first.
Oh, we need a new one of those as well.
You see.
I'm just going to use this field scientist. Unfortunately it's just 2 helium and a coin. 1, 2, and a coin. Done.
And I can spend this 2 titanium to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's
Remember, you can split that 2 however you want.
Oh, can
So
I?
if you only want 1 here, you can have the 1 here.
Is that research scientist any good?
Nope, no, he's rubbish. It's like all of the research scientists, but he provides 3 research points.
Yeah, let's.
And he's quite cheap. So
Let's have him.
okay.
Okay. I'm going to spend my mineral plus mineral discount to buy that level 3
This one,
titanium.
cost of 2, but you get a discount of 1.
Thank you.
There's only one thing left I can do, and that is to spend my 1 titanium to move up one of the tracks. Let's move up this one so that I've actually got 1 yellow share. Over to you, Peter.
I'm done.
You're done.
I've got this remaining 2 here.
And then you're done after that.
Yep,
and I'm done as well.
Left to buy. So that's my closest.
So where you put the cards at the end of round 6 doesn't really matter because you won't get them back.
I'm just going to drive this one up here.
Okay.
Because, yeah.
Unless there's a rule I've missed, I don't think it matters where you put them at the end of round 6. Have you planned your next turn already?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
I'm still deciding which.
Which stack to take. Okay. Right. Well, while you're doing that, I'll do this. So nobody has taken this tile, so I will explain it now, because otherwise I'll probably forget at the end of the game. So yeah, while Peter is deciding his stuff, it's this tile here. So if you go on this space here, you pay 1 credit, and then at the end of the round, you will gain this tile. What this tile does is, on the next round, on any one of your turns, you can assign this tile to one of your resource cards, and it basically makes that card worth 1 more.
Sorry.
1 more than its printed value. You don't have to use it immediately when you reveal your cards. You can use it at any point on your turn, but it can't be used independently. It's not an extra card, it actually goes on an existing card. But yeah, nobody's taken that at all.
If you have share certificates, you don't need to play them, do you?
You don't play them. You can't play them. They just are worth the points at the end of the game. Right, so the last replenishing, and the round 7 tile is revealed. We didn't quite see all of the cards. So 1 card did not come out. First player is over there. Everybody got their bonus markers back?
Yep.
Right, planning. Well, I got 5 cards in hand, so I guess I'll play those 5 cards.
Same here.
How many cards have you got in hand, Rob?
5, 6 actually.
Oh, you had 6.
I do have
Okay,
lots
not
spare.
too many more. Right, and reveal. Okay, I've got 3 minerals, 3 carbon, 4 energy, a research scientist, and a field scientist.
Okay. I've got 2 research scientists. Carbon, 6 titanium, 4 carbon,
6 titanium.
and 2 energy.
Wow.
Research scientist, 2 minerals, 3 titanium, 2 carbon.
Okay, Rob, you're first.
Yep, so I'm going to take the...
Is it max titanium time?
No, it's the max scientist actually.
Max scientists.
Because I've got 2.
Two
and
plus
a
the
third for
extra
that
1, so you gain 3 coins and 2 research points.
3 coins and 2 research points. And the 2 research points are going to be... what have I got? Carbon and titanium, and 2 that are out. So I'm going to stick this A here.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, which gets me the coin.
Yep. Are you going to get all the way to the end?
Yes.
Ooh, nice. Right, so I have 4 energy. I believe that is the most energy. Ooh.
That should have gone back.
Oh yeah. But actually, I think I need to use this first. Yes. Well, no, I don't. Yeah, no, I could do that. But 4 energy is the most energy. What about minerals? I've got 3. That's the most, isn't it? I'm close to getting a share in purple. Just trying to work out what I want to do with these markers, because these are not worth anything at the end. I need my money. What do I need my money for? I need my money for this. So I don't want to spend any money. So I think it is those. Yeah, so I've got 4 energy. I will say max energy. So I gain 1, 2, 3, and a coin. Done.
Well, I'm going to play my research scientist. Spend the 2 to flip over this one. And move to here.
For 1 coin.
1 coin.
Yep.
1 whole coin.
And then you get how many research points?
3.
3 research points.
3.
Which you could just take money if you wanted. Which at this stage, because you're not going to do any more research, are you?
3 money.
Yep.
That's worth doing.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'm going to activate this first scientist. Uses ability, spend 2 coins to flip this one face down, because I didn't quite get the minerals I needed to bypass them. I'm only going to move to there.
Yeah. Which doesn't cost anything, but you don't get any bonus.
Yep. I gain a research. Because I can't put any more in, I instead get 2 coins. I don't think that has to be there to trigger that, because I physically can't place.
Let's just check the
any
rules on that.
research.
Because it hasn't happened for a while in games that I've played. So this is
Placing research tiles.
placing research tiles, yes, which is explained. Where did I read this? Definitely read it this afternoon. There's a section where it says your marker cannot extend beyond, I think it's your marker moving,
Okay.
but I'll find it. If anybody knows where it is, let me know. But it's in here somewhere. Okay, not there. So when you spend your research points, it can either be an A plan, a B plan, a C plan, take a coin, or it could be one of the special research ones. That's what it says there. Right. Do you want to carry on with your turn?
Oh, that is the end of my turn.
Oh, that is the end of your turn. Okay.
I'm either taking 1 or 2 coins.
Right. Definitely need to find it then.
Right, I'll look it up whilst you...
You have a look at that while I take my turn. I can't remember exactly where it is.
That's fine.
What was I going to do on my turn? I'm definitely going to use that at some point, so I think I'll use that now. Because I don't think I'm going to get any research from anywhere else. Yeah, I'm going to use my research scientist. So I'm spending 2 coins. And I'm flipping over that one, because I can't do that one. But then I have... Oh no, I've messed this up completely. Oh dear. Can we start again?
Nice try.
Yeah, I've messed this up completely.
When you say start again, do you mean the whole game?
I mean the whole game, yeah.
How long have we got?
Yeah, okay. Well, this is an absolute nightmare. Because the whole point was me having 4 resources of the same type. Which meant I needed to take this last round. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so in which case, I don't think I'm going to pay the 2 money. I'm not going to flip anything over. I've just lost about 30 points. And I just get 2 research points. Oh dear, dear, dear. Which might as well be 2 money. Right, okay. Oops. Yeah. So this research track, this is really hard to do. In fact, it's recommended the first time you play the game, don't bother with the research track. Do all of the other stuff instead until you get your head around the research track, because it is a very good puzzle, but it is very easy to mess up.
Well, I mean, to be fair though, it is a large part of the fun of the game.
It is.
It's doing that.
Yeah.
And once you have got the hang of it, it is easy to make mistakes.
Oh, very easy. Yeah. I had in my head, because I had 2 carbon in hand.
Yeah.
And I knew I needed 4. So I picked up the 3 carbon so that I knew I'd had 5. And then I completely forgot about that, and I burnt the carbon card. But I wouldn't... Yeah, I burnt the carbon card, and I should have played the carbon card instead of the energy card, because I don't need the 4 energy. So that's where I went wrong. I burnt that card on the last round, and it's cost me about 30 points. But anyway. Yeah, Mike says, sweet, a second stream. I tell you what, I'm that annoyed with myself. I do just want to play again straight away. In fact, I wanted to play again straight away anyway, but yeah. You managed to find it, Rob?
Not yet.
Do you want me to
Is it my turn?
keep looking? It's
No,
not, it's Peter's go.
It's going on, Peter. I think I may have just found it. So. Oh, here we are. Oh no, it is when this marker reaches there, that activates. So I get 1. It was on page 23 at the top right.
Okay, so when the marker reaches there...
Yep, from that point on.
From that point on, anytime you get research, you get 2 coins instead of 1.
That's
right.
it.
So the marker has to be at the end for that to happen. Yeah. Okay, got it. Lols. Look at all these lovely research tokens that are not doing anything. So this thing that we didn't explain, that's the thing that I actually needed.
Yeah, because you've been too busy selling cards.
Yeah.
Oh, that pool, eh?
Yeah, that pull.
You done, Peter?
No.
He's thinking.
He's thinking, okay.
Well, I might as well buy a card with mine. With my coins then. Yeah, you've got lots of choices of what you buy.
I can spend money to go up on the tracks, and this is really the end game now.
Yeah,
We're just looking
pretty
at
much.
maximising our points. So it's about getting shares and what those shares are worth.
Pink's
so
only
these
worth 2.
these
Blue's
shares
worth 8.
1, 2, 3. That will cost me 4 to get a share.
Yeah. You might as
5,
well
6,
spend
7.
1 to buy the share. That's 1 share in
That's
that company
that's 1 share in that
for a cost of 1.
Well, that's worth doing. Yeah,
Which is effectively at the moment 8 points.
Okay. I activate my second research scientist. Pay 2 to flip that one face down so I can bypass it.
So is this how you do it then?
Yep.
Okay.
And then, boom. I have at least 2 carbon.
Yep.
I've got a scientist, another scientist, because of that, plus at least 4 of any one.
4 of the same, yeah.
At least a scientist was only 3 carbon.
Yeah.
2 titanium and 2 carbon. So I stop there. I get 2 for ending my turn. There.
You've reached the end of your track.
Yep. I then gain 2 of these,
Which is
I
4
can't
money.
take 2. I get 4 money.
Nice. Very nice.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, so that is how you do it. Okay, so it's buying of shares then, I guess. I mean, the purple shares are not bad. Not bad at all. But I'm going to spend my 3 minerals with a discount of 1. I'm going to buy that card. Done.
Makes sense. I will spend my 2 carbon to move up by 2 space. Oh, I can split it, can't I?
You can split it, so you can go 1 on there.
How many more movements have I got? 4, 1, 2. I could get to the 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. But can I get 1, 2, 3, 4? I could get a share here. So that's probably better value, isn't it? Rather than going to the 8 on
one
there.
over there and another one there.
Is to get to the 1 here, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Got all those resources.
Right.
Yeah, those cards are good.
I'm now going to buy something. I'm going to spend this 3 titanium, I think. Because pink isn't really...
Yeah, pink's worth 2. It might do something. Pink might have a splurge, because I've got 4 energy to spend.
3, and I'm going to buy this. Not for the energy, but because
For
it's
the
also
share.
a yellow share.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, purple's worth 5. It's crazy. Nobody's got any shares in purple whatsoever, but it's currently valued at 5. So that's it. Do I spend this 3 carbon on buying a share in purple? Because it's more valuable than pink. There are no blue shares left. There's a share in yellow. So me and you have got 2 shares in blue from the track.
Yep.
Not going to be able to get to 3. I am going to be able to get to 2 here, but I need an extra helium. I can get an extra helium by expanding a company. I have 4 energy. Yeah, it's not going to be enough. Maybe 1, 2, 3. No. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 short. Unless... Aha! That might work. If I can gain 2 more steps up that track. Yeah, that might work. So I'm going to spend this 3 carbon. I'm going to move 2 spaces up there, which costs me 5. I then get 1 back, but you 2 both get 1 as well. Cost me 5, get 1 back. Probably not worth it, because I've just lost myself 4 points. I'm giving you 2 a point. But never mind, the game's ruined for me anyway. Done. I think. What did I do? I spent 3 of them. Did I move 3 up?
On what? Which one were you moving? Yeah,
This.
yeah, because you jumped over there.
Yeah, did I move 3 or did I only move 2? I can't remember. I'll check back. I thought I had more stuff
I think you only
to
moved
spend
2.
on.
thought
I
you were,
was no, I've only moved 2.
You were on 7, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I've only moved 2 spaces up that track. So I've got 1 more space movement, which will be here, because that gets me
Something.
something. Not much, but something. Peter. Still got your 2 bonus markers.
Am I max minerals?
I think you are.
Minerals, yes.
Should have done that. 2 with purple.
Yep.
You're green. 1, 2. Oh, you've almost got a share.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And you've got 4. Perfect.
Right. Yep, that's my go.
Perfect.
Okay. I'm going to use this one. I've got 4. I have the most
So you
carbon.
move 3 up on that track. Yeah, nice.
1, 2, 3.
It's going to get you 3 shares with Tawak Industries. Right. So, bonus marker. What am I going to do? There's really not that much to do other than buy a card. But is it worth it? So, a purple share is worth 5. If I spend 4 to get it, I gained a point. It's not really worth it, is it?
Point's a point.
I need something that gets me helium. I'm really missing the board that we had in the last game.
Left.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get 4. I want 5. Okay. So I'm trying to work out how I can get another helium, and I can't. So, oh no, I can. Yes, no, it does work. So I now use my field scientist, which gets me 2 plus an extra 1. So I gain 3 helium. 1, 2, 3. Flip. There you go. Done. Just doing the moving up track things.
The moving up track things.
Yeah.
I'll use my minerals.
So 1 on here.
Yep. And
1 over there.
1 there.
Rob?
Yep, I think I'm going to spend 3 titanium. Some mineral, just do 3 up on this track. Because I'm paying 5 money. But it's going to be 1, 2, 3 more shares. 2 more shares.
Nice, yeah, which is worth 16.
2, 4, yeah.
What was I doing? Oh yeah. Problem is, I was about to make blue more valuable, but that's going to benefit you way more than me. If I make purple more valuable, that benefits you way more than me. But at this stage, I don't think it's going to make any difference. So I've got 4 energy, and I need to get to 2 helium. So the only way of doing that is here. Oh, I'm short by 1. And I've got 1 bonus marker left. What could I do with that 1 bonus marker? Take first player.
That's a research point.
Yeah, so I'm going to use 4 energy. We're going to expand with purple. We're going to go... Oh, but that just hurts me. But I don't know. So 1, 2... yeah, 3, 4. So that gets me 2 helium and 2 points up that track. Well, I'm quite happy with that. Got 45 points for my helium. That's it. I'm done. Got my bonus marker left.
Suddenly, I'm max titanium, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to instead move up 2 spaces on purple.
1, 2, cost you 5.
It gets me an extra share, which now
is it an extra 2 shares?
An extra 2
Yeah,
shares.
that goes from 1 to 3.
Oh, right.
So you've actually made 7 money
well,
I think.
Yeah, they tend to jump up by 2.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, when you go past
after
a boundary.
gate, or 3 after a big gate.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that was definitely worth doing. That
Definitely.
just means I've got that left over. But Rob.
Okay. I am going to spend 4. Given what's available, I'm just going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Get another share and 2 more cash.
Yeah. So what can I do with this that actually gets me something? I could throw away a card worth 8 to get 4, so that doesn't sound like a good plan. I could get 1 point by going there. These are not worth anything. I can't do anything there. So yeah, I'll go here. And I'll have a coin. Can we use the video from this afternoon instead? Because I played much better in that one.
I don't think there's anything that I can do that will actually get me any points.
You're in the situation that I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you're done?
Done.
Rob, you want to finish off with the remaining 2 energy?
Okay, 2 energy is going to be...
Is it going to be blue?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take this one, go 1, 2 into there.
Okay.
Pushing that one out. Mainly just to get that out, and it gets me another coin.
Oh, because the helium's not going to do anything for you, is it?
I'm too low down.
So where you put it doesn't matter.
Yep, so just anywhere.
It's not going to affect the value of the company. Right, we are all done.
Rather shouting.
So, let's go to the score pad. Who was the first player?
Me.
Peter was the first player. Then Rob. And then Paul. So the first thing is cash on hand.
8.
let's just count this
So
up.
we'll do it in Peter's order. So
We'll do Peter's
Let's
first.
just count this up. 0.
0,
8 for me.
8, and 7. Right, okay, so the value of Astrago Enterprises.
1.
It is valued 1. So everybody now collects all of their cards together that they've got, either below their player board, above their player board, wherever, and separates the ones out with shares on them.
Not a lot. 2 of them, in fact. I do have a single Astrogo share. Astrogo. Place bets now on who you think's come first, second,
Rob,
third.
Peter, me. There you go. So I've got 2 shares valued 1. So 2 points.
I have 2 shares valued 1. 1 from there and 1 from there.
You've got 2 shares valued 1. Peter, you have 1 share
Valued 1. Oh,
valued 1.
I've lost
Rubbish
out.
company.
I've lost out.
Right. Tawak Industries is worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
9.
Rob, you've got
6, so I have 51.
54.
51.
6 times 9.
54, sorry, yeah.
54?
God.
And no bonus shares?
No.
54.
Not in that colour.
Peter,
1 share.
1 share.
So that's 9.
Did you not get that up there?
Nope.
Oh, because you switched to this instead.
Because it was
So
worth-
1 share valued 9. So 9. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5. So 45. Okay. Yellow. Skymines Resources is worth 5. Peter, you have 7 shares here, plus 1 there. 8. 8 times 5. 40. Rob,
Got 4, 5, so that's 25.
25. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 20. Purple. Minerva Corp. Peter,
I've got
4 shares.
Yep.
This is insane how this has gone. 6.
Yep.
So 24. Rob,
0. Nothing
you
invested.
got nothing
purchased.
in there, and I've got nothing. Thought I'd got 1. Right. Gas, helium. So I got 45. Peter,
40.
40. Rob,
Only 30.
30. And now the research track. So I get 15. Peter,
20.
20. And Rob, 60.
66.
Plus the bonus
So
6.
60 for that, and 6 for one that was a bonus for endgame scoring.
Yeah, okay. Right, so let's add up the scores. 10, 50, 70, well, actually, 10, 50, 90, 110, 134.
That's less than I got last time.
It is. But mine will be substantially less. We'll do mine next, because this is embarrassing. 45 and 45 is 90,
You still beat me.
110, 125,
134.
134.
Really?
Yeah,
That means we have to play it again.
I'm happy with that. Rob, it doesn't matter, Rob.
Let's hear it. Come on.
You're disqualified
My
because
poor fragile ego needs
because
to hear it.
250 something.
it's a Friday.
Have I broken 200?
10, 64, 89, 129. No, 119. Yeah. So
185.
185.
About the same as my score from the last game.
What was the scores in the last game?
It's 187.
188 was the winning score in the last game.
Okay.
And this game 185. Anyway, there you go. Congratulations.
Boom, boom.
You were 1 point away. One. If you'd chosen that token.
If I'd not scrapped the card
Yes.
and played that card instead of the energy, then that would be there.
So
And it would have been 30 more points.
You let me take back a stupid mistake and
Yeah.
put it right, and you lived with yours. So
Yeah.
So Paul has the moral victory.
I'm happy to accept.
I don't know about the moral victory, but yeah, this research thing. I mean, it's late. The room's quite hot. I'm tired. That's my excuse. I'll get it out there. This is tricky to do. This is, I think, where some of the skill in the game comes in. If you can do this research track and get the right tiles and line them up correctly, because it's not just getting the right tiles in the right order, it's getting the research scientists in play at the same time as the things that you need.
and playing the cards in the right order.
Yeah, which means putting them above your player board in the same stack, so that they come back in the right order.
So there are so many different things that go into getting the research track right.
Yeah. That's why it's hard to do, and it is so easy to make a little mistake, which then messes it up.
Oh, I did hear, but that's why I had to buy these too.
Yeah,
I picked the wrong resources when I was selecting them.
Right.
I was expecting to get some minerals as well, but you bought them all up before I could.
Yeah.
And so I realised I basically put 2 gates in my way, which is why I had to do the 2 scientists.
Yeah.
And smash through. The plan had been to do that with 1.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
Cool. So it played out quite differently from the last game that we played, and as I mentioned right at the start, these company tracks, they are double-sided, and there's 5 of them, and you only use 4 of them. So you've actually got 10 possibilities, and you only use 4 of them, and that's going to change the way that the game plays, because these special abilities...
And there's tons of research tiles, aren't there?
Yeah, but they're always the same ones, it's just the order in which they come out. But this e-board, that changed the game. That meant that the field scientists, if you can get this up to here, suddenly become really good.
Yep. You get a couple more...
I hadn't realised just how good...
4 or 5 jumps on this track every time you use it.
I hadn't realised just how good she was, but that's what got me all the way up here.
Yeah.
I was languishing down here for a long time, and then suddenly I just shot up.
Yeah.
And much like with that, once you get to the top, it just becomes cash.
Yes.
Taking that, and that's just 10
yeah,
points.
it's loads and loads of money.
Cycling money through.
And what you've seen here is you haven't seen the introductory game, because the introductory game uses A1, B1, C1 and D1. You've seen a full game, but you haven't seen all of the variants. So the board is 2-sided, and there is another map on the other side. There's a 4-scenario campaign included in the book, with some slightly different rules. And one thing that's very cool about this version of the game is that there is a Lunar book. The Lunar is not quite the solo mode, it is a dummy opponent. And you can play with the Lunar dummy opponent, whether you're playing with 2 players or 3 players. And it simulates another player. So it's what you have to use when you're playing the solo game to simulate a second player. But you can use it with 2 or 3 players, in order to simulate a 3rd dummy player. So we're all done. You 2 have played it twice today.
Yeah, I like it.
It's a solid game. As I say, Mombasa, which this is 99% the same as Mombasa, maybe 98, I'm not sure, was my favourite game in 2015 when it came out. The only reason that Mombasa got replaced for me is that Great Western Trail, Maracaibo, also designed by the same designer, kind of replaced Mombasa. I prefer them, but now that I've got this, with all of the different extra stuff that's in this, I think this is going to see...
It's a pretty good portfolio, though, for Alexander Feast.
Oh, yeah. And to be fair to Victor Kabilki, his name's on the box for this one as well. So I think Victor has helped with some of the tweaks to the game, or possibly some of the extra stuff which is included, the other side of the board. Shall we just have a look at the other side of the board as a bonus for those people watching? I'm going to move this off.
Can we just flip it, just for drama?
We're not flipping the board again.
I'll slide all of the stuff down there. There we go.
We haven't seen this yet either. I haven't.
So this is the belt.
Ooh.
And you know when we took out all of the pieces from the companies at the start of the game, there were some funny shaped pieces that we didn't use.
Oh, yes,
stations.
These ones.
Yeah, so what you're doing is you're placing these on the board. So a lot of it is the same. We've still got the market, we've still got all of these spaces, we've still got that. That's all the same, but the board is different, and what you have to do is you have to build routes to these spaces. I haven't actually read the rules on it yet, but it's nice that they've given a different board with a different way to play. So these go here. And the next question is, when is the game actually going to be out? I don't actually know when the game's out. As I say at the start, Deep Print Games and Pegasus Spiel sent me this copy early. I thought, and they asked me to do the video, and we agreed that we'd do the video here. I thought the game would be out fairly soon. I'm not sure. So, apologies if you can't get this game soon, but this is the date we've agreed to do the video with them. But we are all done. So, thank you very much to you 2 for joining me today. It's been a cracking day. Played this twice.
Enjoyed it a lot. It's good.
Yeah. Thank you to everybody for watching live. Hello if you're watching afterwards. And just as a quick reminder, I do rely on the financial support of the Patreon campaign to keep the channel going. So if you've enjoyed this video and you like the other content that I create and you want to support me, you can do so at patreon.com/gaming rules. Until next week, when I will be back with more live streaming, thank you very much for watching. Take care, good night, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.